Hello, hello. Good evening. I am not yet tapped into the game, so we don't have sound. There we go. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all good. I hope Twitch will be nice tonight and won't kill the stream like yesterday. Hello, hello, hello. We are back with Buried Stars. And we stopped last time right before finding the dead body of our producer, so that is fun. That is what we're going to be looking at tonight. Because apparently the rescue team, well, not even the rescue team, but the rest of the TV crew want us to check it out to make sure it's her, and it's like, and what happened to her, and we're like, damn. We're just people on TV. Why do you want us to check out a dead body? That's kind of fucked up. You can't kill the stream, but the stream will live on. Yes. Yes, the music is... No stream killing, only fictional people killing. You get it. You guys get it. The music is going off. Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's right now. It is the middle of the night in the game. Investigation started at the 12th of the night. So this is fun. This is very fun. This is definitely going to not hurt us mentally at all. No. Her legs were stuck under the collapsed steel frames. There we go. It's already starting. Dorian looked back at her. There's only a narrow gap between the floor and the frames. Her legs were also snapped at an unnatural angle. Her trousers were stretched out as if they had been pulled on. You're missing a point. So you can chill and watch actively most of the time. Nice! It's as if they're worn out. It actually improves the mental health. Oh yeah! The three of them tried to lift the steel frames. Oh my god, the controller. Nope. Well, if three of them cannot lift the steel frames, there is no way she could have gotten out from under them. Her legs were caught between a steel frame and the ground. The torn part of her pants indicate that she struggled hard to get out. The corpse was lying inches away from the collapsed frames and concrete debris. Her entire body would have been buried if it was lying slightly close. Thank you for the short hair redeem! A pile of debris from the collapse was sitting underneath her body. Oddly, there was no debris on top of her body. You want a Pikachu? A Pikachu for the dead body. Pikachu! Pega, pega! Pikachu! His gaze stopped at the bloodstain on her hand. Hand? On her hand? There's a pile of debris underneath her body, but nothing much on her body. On her hand? Dorian examined her hand. Ooh. I don't think that's correct English. Fallen debris? It looked like the wound was caused by being struck or crushed by something. Oh, this was definitely a horrible sight to witness. The palm of her hand was clean, but there are wounds on the back of her hand as if it was struck or crushed by something. Alright, so what about her head? I don't want to look at her head. Ooh. I like the CG though. So her glasses are askew? That's her nose? The gruesome abrasion on her caught my eye. Yeah, I'm okay. You placed his arm around Dorian to comfort him. Well, you come over here and do it then. Hyesung tried to suppress his voice from trembling. Dorian looked back at her. The top of her head had been crushed. It was a significant wound. This was undoubtedly the cause of her death.
上を見上げている時に瓦礫に当たったのかな。
瓦礫が上からいっぱい落ちてきたから。傷の大きさから見て小さい瓦礫ぐらいではなかったと思う。
The top of her head had been severely wounded. It must have been a fatal injury and the cause of her death. Oh, there's also debris near the body. I would consider crushed head to be more than a wound. It's a severe wound. A large piece of concrete debris. This is clearly the debris that killed Sung-young. That is a giant piece, yeah. If you get hit by that, Hyosung groaned as he mumbled out a few words. They found a large piece of concrete with blood on it near her head. Okay. Hyosung let out a deep sigh. Woo! We investigated a body! Those who were standing back focused on their own watches. Oh. I really like how they give us the, like, what's the word? They make it seem like it's kind of 3D just because they made like sprites both from looking at them from the front and from the back. It's like we're literally standing in the middle of these people, which is not usually the case for most visual novels, right? You only ever get to see people from the front, but this one makes it seem like you're in the middle of all the stuff, despite it being pretty much strictly 2D.
どこも通信は不安定だって言ってたわ。取材陣や救助隊、野じ馬が大勢押し寄せてきて大混乱だって。ここにいる僕たちにはわからないけど、外には大勢の人がいるんですね。じゃあ、これが見せ物ってわけ。
Oh, there's definitely people who see this as entertaining for sure.
多分ね。
According to the rescue team, the outside seems to be bustling with reporters and bystanders. Frowning, Ju-young lowered her watch. Nobody, including Do-yoon, could make the call. Hey, I know you're standing right next to me, but we found a dead body. What? Yeah. I investigated it with you. Yeah, but I wanted to tell you. They're not ignoring us if it's literally not going through. Are you stupid? Oh, I'm once again blocking part of the subtitles. I thought I made an improvement here, but I guess. You could try and see if the rescue team has a Father account and you could DM them. The way I once DM'd like the police station on Twitter and asked about something. That is something you can do. New to big, I am.
落ち着きなさいよ。今すぐ連絡する必要はないよ。
後でまたやればいい。
Yeah.
そうですよ。電話がつながった時に伝え
What's
れ
the
ばいい。
worst that could happen? Someone else dies?
でもプロデューサーをここに。
Ooh! There was a loud boom and the whole place began to shake. I guess we are leaving her here.
頭を守るのよ。
りょう、しゃがめ。
An ominous noise screeched out from the bent steel frames. All sorts of debris rolled across the floor. Soon the tremor gradually began to subside. Ju-young brushed off the dirt from her hair and clothes. Sheesh! You keep misreading Do-yoon as Do-yoons? Dudes.
レイナさん、大丈夫ですか？
なんとかね。
Just become a stickman with you with transparent head. I wonder if someone has done that. Ina patted Ju-young on her shoulder.
ステージの下は危ないよ。救助隊には連絡ができるようになったら伝えて。まずは上の方に。
Yeah, we should get somewhere that is a little more safe, for sure.
ニカちゃん、でもこのままにしておいたら。
No, it's okay.
自分のことしか考えてねえのかよ。
Excuse me.
アホ。みんなのこと考えて言ってるんでしょ。
Hope nothing else collapses. Ha! In response to Ina's suggestion, I disagree with her actually.
連絡してから
Can have literal pudding? No. Oh,
そうだな。あっちからまた何か頼んでくるかもしれないし。
それはそうだ。
listen, because it's one thing, sure, we should save her body, but we should also make sure we don't die because stuff collapses on top of us. So, I'd rather leave her here and be like, well, if it happens that she gets, like, the dead body gets crushed, well, that's... Sorry, that sucks, but also she's already dead. I don't care.
ここはあまりにも暗すぎる。また瓦礫でも落ちてきたら見て避けるのも難しい。
Everyone held their breath at the creaking of the steel frames.
意見が分かれそうな話だけど、照明が当たるステージの上にいた方がいいと思うよ。
そうよ。何もわからないうちに。
What's she gonna do, die harder? Right?
チーフのように。
仕方ないわね。
Yeah. We gotta make sure we're safe. And not the dead body. The group reluctantly headed up to the
連絡
stage.
はそこでまた試してみよ
救助隊が来たら全部終わります。
Super death!
何もかもうまくいきますよ。
持ちこたえるのよ。どんなことがあっても。
Deep down, Do-young couldn't agree more. However, a sense of oddity during the inspection of the corpse. This mysterious feeling of oddity never went away. Whatever do you mean? I didn't find anything odd about that corpse. Now you can use the phone app on the smartwatch. You can call any of your friends and your contacts. If you successfully make a call event occurs. There are a lot of different effects that can occur, so don't forget them. Only one call event is available for one communication. You can't call another character immediately. If a call event doesn't occur because your connection fails, you can still call someone else. Yeah, so like, if you want to collect... Thank you so much for the gifted sub! Thank you! If you want to collect all of the voices from the different voice calls, you kind of have to like save, reload, do the next one, reload, blah blah blah. We are not going to do that, like at least not on stream. I'm going to do that for myself at some point for sure, but we're just going to focus on like calling one person every time. Alright, oh my god, there's a bunch of text here again. Only person currently in chat without a heart and needs to fix that. What's happening here? Pray for Jung's safe return. Please share this. Checking for an update on Jung. Don't worry, she seems fine. Cheer up. He seems so pathetic. Jung and Ina are quiet. Why is only Hyesung making a scene? Jung looks perfectly healthy on stage. Is she really suffering a panic attack? I don't think so. What the hell are you saying? If it's not a good time to write a post, why even bother to write one? If you're isolated inside a collapsed building, the first thing you need to do is find an escape route. If that's not an option, you should take shelter in a sturdy structure like an elevator shaft or stairway. It's too shocking. The building collapsed like a squash cake. The temporary stage in between the ground and underground seems to be okay. It is what's supporting the remnant of the building for now. Construction rumor, but isn't it true that the building wasn't originally built for a stage? When they announced the location, I searched for it and found a laboratory, so I thought something was wrong. Visa said profile info wrong before, so I thought they were wrong this time. It's really embarrassing that's a real place and new venue was under construction. Alright, the rescue team is clearing debris to enter the fallen building. A small mistake might collapse the structure completely. Hyesung and I went to the same middle school. He didn't have a filter in his brain, but wasn't not a villain type at all. Troublemaker. One of Hyesung's middle school friends said that he used to be mischievous, but that he was never ill-intentioned. To put it in good terms, he was quite honest. In bad terms, couldn't emphasize with others. He got in trouble several times because of his personality, but he was not a bad fella for sure. I like how this person started off their post with like perfect writing. Like grammar, they put commas and everything, and then he's like, but he was not a bad fella. A bad fella. If you had a bad personality, you must have been bullied by friends, right? People tend to show their true colors in extreme conditions. Kyugi remains calm, like the two are making a fuss. So classy. Oh my god, what's this one? I wasn't hurt at all, but I'm still in their daze. I can't believe what I saw here. Policeman asked me questions and wrote something on his notebook, but I don't remember how I answered. I heard a loud noise and something fell backstage. I didn't know what it was, but it was shaped like a pillar. And then people started to scream and rush toward the emergency exit. There were only 2 emergency exits on both sides of the audience section. I thought I could be trampled to death there. I managed to reach the first floor with the ground shaking and dust and debris falling. It was a miracle that I could get out of there. I looked behind me and the whole building disappeared. Just a bit later and I want to go home, but I don't know how. I can't believe there are people still trapped. People are crying and calling out everywhere. What should I do? Oh no. I know that fella isn't wrong, but it just makes such a interesting difference. Like the first part and then this. Oh, what's this one? Couldn't call or contact the Rochester station. The Minso told me to check out Faye there. We're all heading there in Iksun's car. What on earth is happening? I'm sorry, it's my fault. It's not because of the others. I had it coming when I said I stay in Beast. What do you mean? Why is that your fault? I have no idea what that means. I don't know what he's saying. Juyun Kim, the drummer of Masquerade, he had no reason to blame himself. What do you mean? Why is this your fault? If I left our band when Wushu came up with a record deal on the condition of my leaving the band, we wouldn't have gone through all this Beastars trouble. I can't believe I ended up in this mess because I couldn't let go. Anyhow, our band is about to fall apart. You might continue to be a rock musician, even changing the music genre. I wonder why you didn't abandon us back then. It was just the beginning, not the end. What the fuck is this guy talking about? To Wusuk, the vocalist of the band, the talk about making a record deal with a major agency began to yield progress, but Doyoon discovered just before signing the contract that it required replacing some of the band members and changing their genre. Doyoon strongly opposed it and there was some conflict within the band about it. Oh, he decided to check for new mentions later. I see. Yeah, for sure. It's like, okay, sure. You will get a deal, but you have to replace members. No, I wouldn't want that. There was a post on my timeline saying they discovered some bodies, but can't find the post anymore. Hasn't been on the news. That person was discovered, delaying rescue operations. How? Why do they know this? Like, yeah, sure, we found a dead person, but rumor has it that since a casualty was discovered, the rescue operation could be delayed. This rumor is spreading on Faitha with no exact source. The fuck? Rumor says that I have a casualty. I knew Hyesung as a thoughtless person, but why is Juyung behaving like that? This is not the time. Wait, what is Juyung doing? Strange comment is being shared, but the author deleted the original posting and disappeared. If a dead body was found, it would have been covered on TV news. Would it though? The staff must confiscate Hyesung and Juyung's phones. What the? What are they saying about Juyung? Juyung hasn't posted anything. Who did Hyesung say he's with? Must not be Sung Yeon Shin, as suggested a staff member. We still don't know who's trapped or who's been rescued. First Doyoon acts for many years. He doesn't have any thoughts. He just remains quiet, observing the situation. A betrayer doesn't reveal his true colors until the end. Why do you hate me so much? But only 2 emergency exits there? That's so crazy. Store photos or videos of the accident site in a safe place. You might need to hand them in to the police as proof. Videos or photos of the accident may have to be handed over to the police for future investigation. Lol, what is this? They had such a huge studio audience, but only 2 emergency exits. How long did they spend working on the stage? Isn't that illegal? They rushed the stage construction. I'm really upset to think that Ina is buried down there. The equipment they brought in wasn't the only thing new. The rescue team can't get into the accident site for fear of a further collapse. The construction company illegally cuts costs on construction materials and labor. I reported it, but I got fired. Don't believe what the staff is saying. Oh yeah. There was a... I never finished this K-drama. I do want to, and I can never remember the name. So I'm so sorry that I can't even, like, properly recommend it. But that one also opens up because it's about 3 characters that are somehow connected because they were all 3 of them were involved in the collapse of a big mall. And it turns out that there was also like shady construction going on where they cut materials and labor costs, and then the entire thing collapsed, and so many people died in there. The 3 main characters, they're like survivors from there, and it was so good. Like, I only watched I think 4 episodes, and it really tugged at my heartstrings, but it was so good. I need to continue that. So that's, I always have to think of that one whenever they say here that the company cut costs on construction materials and stuff. Construction worker insisted that some staff members intentionally covered up the shoddy construction of the B-star stage for some reason. I don't understand why you changed the venue to another unsuitable building. They claimed they didn't have enough seats and a view from the audience section was bad. Ah, Ju Young's Autobot. Well, working there made complaints several times, but they just said it's the producer's order and just do it. That was so ridiculous. The staff seemed to be slaves to the producer. Cracking up, LMAO. Oh. A message related to the staff is being shared around Faith now. Is it real? I tried to check the original post, but the OP's account is gone. It was too hectic to see. That doesn't make sense. I worked there part-time several times. I heard a thing or two. I always heard the producer isn't the corrupt type. Sung Shin was so impatient, never waited for approval, was always about action, and so stubborn she'd always fly off the handle if her orders weren't followed properly. We nicknamed her Bossy. One of Sung Yoon's co-workers said that she was passionate but bossy. She often pushed things forward without permission. It's hard to believe there was bribery between Sung Young and the construction company, and it'd be nearly impossible for the rest of the staff to alter the blueprints or extort money behind her back. I don't think there's much credibility to it. Network traffic has sharply increased at the accident site, creating issues with calling, texting, and other network functions. It is difficult to understand the current status at the scene, but we'll keep you posted with any updates. Alright. Okay. We are going to use the call feature and call Hisam. Hi. I know I'm standing right next to you, but... Nanda.
電話がつながるかテストしてたんだ。
気楽だね。
Mm-hmm.
喋ったしてた俺の言えることじゃねえか。
お前はどうだ。
わからないで聞いてんのか。気が狂いそうだよ。プロデューサーのこと考えないようにしてるけど、ずっと頭の中に浮かぶんだ。あんな最後だなんて。むごいよな。
いつまでも一緒だと思ってた。
だろ。
I think he's the only one who's like genuinely and really upset about her dying.
これから先どうしたらいいのかわかんねえよ。
Like the others don't like her very much. Oh, his report got slightly better. Nice. I mean, sure, it's like, okay, she's dead. We don't really like that much. But wow, his report is actually the best one right now. What the hell? Huh. Interesting. Okay. Hello. I would like to talk to you about the debris.
それは
The debris where they had it was a chunk of concrete.
それは
It probably fell from the ceiling.
そうだった。
It was covered in blood.
分かった。
Yeah. Looks like the direct cause of her death was the debris that fell on her head. It must have been a fatal blow. She was completely trapped in it and... Yeah, the steel frames across her legs were definitely how she died. Greetings, gamer! How are you this fine day? Greetings! I'm good, how are you? My voice is dying. Being hit on the head by the debris. It must have been a fatal blow. Oh, don't look so mad. Yes, there's no doubt about it. Although her legs were crushed under the steel frames, that alone wouldn't have been enough to kill her. Duke fell silent, his face was pale. His eyes were on the other side of the area where Songyang was found.
大丈夫。
You okay?
大丈夫だ。
I just felt nauseous for a second, I'm fine. Duke turned back to Doyun again. You doing good? Snacks for spicy Ooh, spicy snacks. I guess everyone agrees that the cause of death was being struck by the piece of debris. The debris that stuck her in the hat seems to have been the cause of death. Her other injuries are relatively minor. You're gonna get someone. You do that. Okay, what's this one? Just how crowded is it out there? There's probably a huge crowd of reporters and bystanders. Thank you for the hiding time. What are they trying to see? Oh, it's always the case. Like an accident happens, people will go and watch. It's especially bad, like if there's an accident on the highway, and you will just see how there's a traffic jam happening because they will, you know, they will slow you down. And then when you pass by that area, people will slow down just to try and see what the fuck happened at the accident site. And it's like, come on, eyes on the road, focus on the road. There's an accident, okay, sure, but if there's already like help there or something, just go along. Just keep moving. The collapse site, people getting hauled away? Maybe both. Duke looked up at the ceiling. There was only darkness above.
Yo.
What are you worried about the most? That the rescue is gonna get delayed. Like if there's so many people there, and they can't pass through and help us. I'm worried that the rescue efforts might get delayed. They need to take control of the site and dismiss anyone who's not involved. Someone else is too busy gawking at the first scene. Exactly! I agree, that's what matters the most for us. Another thing that worries me is the unstable network. It's probably because there are too many people out there. The reporters and bystanders, the volume of calls must be massive. And they're probably using up all the data traffic as well. You've got a point. The collapse is probably one of the causes, but it's especially bad in here. At this rate, we won't be able to make any necessary calls. Gil quickly looked at his watch. I hope they clean up the area quickly. Cell phone network traffic has increased dramatically during the chaos. It has led to them receiving unstable network connections. Yep. Okay, and this one. What do you think about it? He remained ambiguous by describing it as a little accident. I think he was trying to side with him. Right, if he wanted to offend him, he wouldn't have said he wasn't ill-intentioned. But how... Gyu quietly glanced at Hyesung. How did he end up causing a serious accident? His criminal record indicates something not negligible really happened. Well, he's being awfully quiet about it. Because it would be pointless to talk about it, or... Maybe he just wanted to leave it ambiguous. You ain't seen nothing, you got into a minor traffic accident, the sheer size of the crowd would have made anyone think we got them. Right, I just don't get it. It's one thing to stop at an accident site, like right when it happens, to like offer help. But I just don't get why you need to gawk at accident sites. Human and bitches ambiguous, right? Alright, head. Let's talk about the head. I could tell without even looking closely. Are you okay? You're sweating a lot. Me? Yeah, you? Seal swept the sweat under his chin with his sleeve. Seal, I don't know how to say your name. It's a bit hot in here, that's why. You don't need to force yourself to remember it. Yeah, okay. It's not like I can get it out of my head anyway. Seal shook his head with a worried look on his face. I better pull myself together, especially in a situation like this. It's okay. The debris. It's so huge. Where did it come from? Probably from the ceiling. I'm guessing it fell when the audience area collapsed. That's the only debris here. Not really anything else. That was the only piece. Seal averted his quivering eyes from a chunk of concrete. Seung-young had many enemies. She once told me a joke saying she was afraid of getting stabbed in the back someday. Seal, do you think this building will collapse even further? Are we all going to end up like Seung-young? We just have to take care. I don't want to give you false hope, because it's definitely going to collapse further. We have to be extra careful. Things could get worse at any time.
だからです。
Exactly. It could take the rescue team hours to reach us, and this place could come down any minute.
でも
But the stage ceiling is still holding out. It's the audience area that was damaged the most.
それは
How fortunate is that? It'd be unlikely for us to get hit by falling debris. I don't know, that sounds so wrong. Like Sungyun did. Why are you still there? Should you trapped out? Yes, we are trapped. We literally cannot leave, that's the problem. Although we can't be certain about that if this place collapses even further. The only thing that could have caused a fatal injury is a bloodstained piece of concrete. It must have fallen from the ceiling. What about her nickname? I have an idea. Let's leave.
そう思います。
Everyone knew what Sungyang was like. During interviews, she would say that she only moves forward with a decision if all of her staff
ありえ
agrees.
ないですよ。
Those are just empty words.
ということは
She pushed on until everyone agreed, so people didn't even bother.
それなら
Is that what happened when she relocated the stage? Not just the stage.
100%
She was always like that. 100% of the time, really. Sale continued after surveying the stage. The rescue team must be confused as well. Why is that?
実は
A lot of places were altered from the original blueprint, so there's some random spaces that were added or removed. Is that allowed? I don't think that's allowed. I don't think that's something you can do. Like, I'm sorry, you need to give the blueprint and like have that accepted before you can go ahead with building something. And you just change up stuff? Ayo! I can't imagine the pressure.
だからです。
Exactly. All of her plans were actually illegal. Any rational person would have opposed it. But look how it all ended up.
そうか。
Did she just ignore objections?
それは
Staffs like me weren't even subject for persuasion. We just did as we were told. How different is it from the blueprint?
そうですよ。
The number of seats, lights, and petitions were changed to suit her taste.
そうってことは
Do you think the rescue team knows about it? I'm sure someone told them that the place is different from the blueprint. If not, the construction company might have to take the blame. I just hope the rescue team is able to find their way in here. Bruh! The staff quite often added audience seats, lights, and walls arbitrarily. In the end, the final structure was quite different from the original design. Well, gee, great! Lovely!
「やりすぎですよ。
I guess some people will get arrested for taking bribes.
それなら
You knew about this?
実は
It's illegal to change the building structure without reporting it. Even if it was Songyun's order, things might have turned out differently if everyone had opposed it.
でも
But the executives that had meetings with the construction companies gave their consent. They must have made a deal with the construction companies then.
そうですよ。
Right, because they were getting something out of this deal. You could have reported it.
やっぱり
You should have reported it. You should have stopped them from starting the construction.
100% です。
I totally agree now, but that's how things were. If Sungyun wanted it, we had to change it. If I reported it beforehand, I would have been fired. If I reported it during the change, he would have made me pay for the damage. Still let out a sigh while staring somewhere in the distance. From her perspective, staff like me weren't even worth persuading. If she gave an order, we just had to make it happen.
そんな
I didn't know her orders were unconditional.
そうなんですって。
I know. How did she gain so much
仕
authority?
方ないですね。
Her performance. She was on a
そ
roll.
れなら
So, has the structure change been extensive?
はい。
The number of seats, lights, and petitions were changed to suit her taste. I can't even remember the details. I hope the rescue team doesn't get confused when they arrive. I'm sure someone told them about the differences. That is almost the exact same thing you just said.
どうしてもですね。
If not, the construction company might have to take the blame. I just hope the rescue team is able to find a way in here. That is literally the exact same thing you just said. Persuading? Not persuading? Sway? Persuading? Oh, persuading! Persuading. 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 Persuading.
やっとわか
Okay,
りました。
thank you. Was like, how am I supposed to say that V? I think I know where the rumor came from.
あのさ、
Do you think it was one of the B-Star staff?
はい。
Yes, I'm certain. They are the only people that know about the situation down here. How did it spread on Father? In my opinion, Seal adjusted his glasses.
いわば
They must have responded to the accident and word started spreading. And before you know it, some of the info got leaked.
ということ
But
は
it's too soon to make an official statement. So it began to spread on Father as a
や
rumor.
っぱり
That sounds about right.
それは
It's not like you need a big imagination to think of this. This edition actually has a similar flow to it. It does. Alright. How is Hyesung's friendship with us actually the highest right now? I do not understand. Let's talk about the head.
あの時
Oh, right, she was the one who actually found the body in the first place. Hahaha. I only saw her legs at first. It was obviously pinned under the steel frames, but the head wound, I didn't see it because of her hair.
やっぱり
Probably because her hair was a mess. I only saw that she had a hand injury when I got close. Okay.
そういえば
She was lying face down.
なぜかしら。
What do you think messed up her hair so badly? I mean, she struggled? Like, I imagine she fell, like, the stuff fell on her and, like, her legs got pinned, so she struggled trying to get out of there.
それは
She was probably struggling. She must have shaken her head frantically.
そうなんだ
Maybe she did.
確かに
She probably had her head up and shook it before getting hit on the head. Juing nodded with a grim expression on her face.
大丈夫ですか
You don't need to picture it in your head. It's too late.
ってる
Don't worry about me, I'll be careful. I think I can understand what her thoughts were like when she struggled. It could happen to any of us right now.
りょうくん
Do-yoon, please be careful.
はい
You too. Let's get out of here safely. Okay. She was lying a bit slanted on the ground with her face down. Her tangled hair was covering her face. Bing! Oh, we need 5 more. Jesus Christ. This one.
確かに
Considering how she was in the middle of the collapse, her body was clean. And there weren't any large debris around.
それは
I took a closer look at that area. The debris were actually... Is it really? Were? Wouldn't it have to be the debris was under and around her body? Or am I wrong? Yes, okay. Was actually under and around her body?
そうなんだ
I see, so there were pieces of debris after all. The two fell silent for a moment.
多分
We wouldn't have found her if she was completely
Hi.
buried. We already reported about her. The rescue team will take good care of her. Right. Julian quietly nodded. If she was reported as missing, her family would have been even sadder. I mean, this way they at least know, like, that she's dead. It's the same thing I always think about when pets go missing. It always feels worse because you hold out on that hope that they might come back and are still alive, and you just don't know what happened. If they die, it's at least like you have closure. You know they're dead. There's a time difference.
そうです
He got along fine in the beginning.
そうね
He enjoyed attention, was always cheerful. What had been said is not so different from what they are saying
そ
now.
れは
There was an abrupt change sometime in the middle of the show. I think he was intentionally verbally aggressive. Ju-young paused for a moment, touching her cheek with her finger.
わからないわ
I don't know, maybe time changed him. He's still too young for that, but... That makes sense.
そうかし
What
ら
do you think happened during the high school days? Or maybe the Hyesung we see now is his true personality. Who knows? Closure hurts, but also heals. Not knowing has the potential for infinite suffering, right? Right? That's what I always think. Okay. Head. The wound in her head must have been what killed her.
わかった
It wasn't on top of her head.
わかった
Right, you know what that means?
え
What? The meaning of her injury being on top of her head. Hisung nodded as if he was waiting for Doyun's response. Well, that her head was up when she got hit.
それは
It means she was holding her head up. If she was lying on the floor with her face down, the wound would have occurred on the side or back of her head. Right, she was holding her head up. I don't want to think about it. Hyesung licked his parched lips. Hyesung, don't think too deeply.
大丈夫
You only need to answer the questions when the rescue team gets here.
違う
It's not as easy as it sounds. I can't just make it go away and not think about it. Hyesung scratched the back of his ears with a pale face. The fact that she got hit on the top of her head while holding her head up, that means Songyeon was conscious until the last moment. I don't want to think about it either. I want to shake off these kinds of thoughts. Oh yeah. She had a fatal injury on the top of her head. She was hit by debris while her chin was raised. She must have been conscious until the last minute. What about her legs? Her legs were stuck. Yep.
そうだった
She couldn't even move. Yeah. This might sound weird, but I hope she died instantly from the debris so that she wouldn't have had to suffer. That is understandable, yeah. Yes, she tried, but that's
いや
the ends of her pants were damaged. I think it's a sign that she struggled to escape for some time.
わかる
Doyun, I know. I have eyes, you know. I'm just hoping she didn't struggle for long.
わかった
Yeah, let's hope she didn't. Yeah. My head was spinning until just now, but when I saw Sungyeon, my head just went blank for a moment. That's natural. She couldn't free her legs from the steel frame on her own. The tear marks on her pants indicate that she was awake immediately after becoming trapped. What are the police doing? Are they just going to let the crowd gather?
違う
No way, they wouldn't let such a thing happen. They shouldn't, but they are, aren't they?
違う
I'm sure they're busy right now, but this is bullshit. Hyesung locked eyes with Doyeon while complaining.
何
What? I don't deserve to criticize the crowd because I'm posting on Father? I haven't even said... I didn't say anything! I could tell what you were thinking from that look in your eyes.
あの
This is just how my eyes look. How did that raise our friendship? I guess that's true. Oh my god. I don't think there's proper footage. All of the security cameras were placed randomly too.
でも
But there were cameras shooting the main stage. I'm guessing they still have footage until the building collapsed. What about after the collapse? I bet it's just been pointed at the floor. He's instead at the other side of the collapse site. They all look broken anyway. Yeah.
それは
The rescue team will take care of that. We just need to focus on getting out of here safely. He felt so bad he gave him affection. He's like, damn, I guess you do look like that. I'm sorry to hear it. Of course. We're survivors. It's not like we're here to shoot a documentary. We'll just have to hang tight and focus on getting out. He's some fiddle with his watch.
それで
I really don't want to take photos of this place. And it would suck to get my watch confiscated for evidence.
でも
But what if they really need it? Well, in that case, I would have to give it up. But hopefully it'll be okay to delete my personal photos first.
大丈夫
Are you okay with that? I can just download the backup photos from the cloud. I'll still have access even if I delete them from my watch. I really can't relate with someone who's not using the newest model. Well, that what? It wasn't my choice? Dude. Hyosung's watch can be used to transmit files online from the collapsed site. Since photos are backed up in the cloud, it is okay to delete personal data from the watch. Yeah, but uploading something to a cloud will only work if you actually have a signal. I'm just saying. What about this thing? Good grief. Mm-hmm. He claims to be a middle school buddy. Yeah, I'm sure. Even when the post was the only thing you could see. The montage matches. Hyosung kicked the floor. He caused some trouble, but he wasn't ill-intentioned. I was quite popular until I was in middle school. I see. Are you having odd thoughts again because of the part where I used to be a troublemaker? I wasn't thinking about anything. Well, okay. You know, there's always that mischievous kid in every classroom. It was the same for me. He was a troublemaker in middle school, but he had many friends because he didn't mean to harm anyone. He was just a joker that you'd see in every class. Oh yeah. Until I went to high school. And then everything went bad. Alright, what do you have to say? When I first saw her, I thought she was just unconscious. I do not remember how I did her voice last time, I'm sorry. It didn't even seem like she suffered from any serious injuries. Same here until I got close to her. I knew I was horribly wrong after seeing her hands, legs, and head. There were only a few pieces of small debris on her body. The larger pieces were actually underneath her. Huh? What do you mean? The top of her body was clean, but there was debris under her? Mm-hmm. She looks Russian, give me a comment. She is not Russian. She's wearing colored contacts and her hair is dyed. I think it's a sign that she struggled. The debris was probably already there when she fell down, but the ones on top of her must have fallen off when she struggled. Ina's face became white as a sheet. That's probably why there was much debris on top of her. If I were in the same situation... Ina, don't think too deeply. The collapse is over. We just need to be careful. Is that what you want to believe? I want to, and I have to. No, that's not what I meant. You think she has a cursed Uber voice? No, I don't think she has a cursed Uber voice. No. Okay, we have not had a choice. Beneath her was a pile of concrete debris, but the back of her body was relatively clean, which means she struggled to free herself. I feel like all of the stuff we get keeps giving us the same information. It's like this is like the 5th time we heard that she was struggling. You said there was a wound on her hand. Yeah, it was on the back of her hand. Why the back of her hand? What do you mean, why? I did some thinking after hearing about that. About why she got hurt on the back instead of the palm of her hand. Maybe she tried to protect her head. Was she trying to protect her head? She must have covered her head with both hands. That explains the wound on the back of her hand. There was no blood or wound on the palm of her hand. It was clean. Right, that's exactly what I thought. You said the ends of her pants under the steel frame were damaged. I think she was trying to get out. The wound on the back of her hand, it wasn't a scrape or a cut. It looked like it looked as if she got hit by something. Meaning she was conscious until she got hit on the head. I'm just speculating here. That's just terrifying. Although it wasn't critical, she had a large wound on the back of her hand as well. However, her palm was clean. It seems like she was vulnerable covering her head. You feel like someone beat her to death while she was pinned. Could be. Could be. Let's see. Yep, we called someone. We can go. We can try and see. Alright, key was acquired. Boom! June fiddled with her watch.
こんな時に言うことじゃないかもしれませんけど、シーフ、本当にあのままにしておいていいんでしょうか。
私もこんなこと言っていいのかわからないんだけど、調査を頼まれただけで運べとは言われてないじゃない？
Yeah.
そうですね。警察の取り調べで何か言われるかもしれないですし。
I don't think you should move her body either. Ina's eyes widened.
警察？取り調べ？なんで？事故なんでしょ？
とにかく基本的なことは調べるはずです。
A dead silence fell over them.
なんだ警察が来たらまずいことでも
Wait, why does it say Carpe Diem on his pin? I just noticed. Why does it say Carpe Diem on there?
あんまりびっくりするから俺まで驚くところだったぜ。
頭がこんがらがってるのに、あんた一体何よ？
何よ？
俺どうした？俺のせいで頭がもっと痛くなったか？
自分も怖くて震えてたくせに何強気ぶってんだ。
直人の目今にも飛び出してきそうだな。
電話がつながったわ。静かにしてちょうだい。
最下位は何も喋るなって？それとも順位別に一言ずつ喋っていけるの
What does any of this have to do with the ranking? She's trying to get some help.
ユーマ、
わかったよ。静かにする。
June continued her phone conversation.
そうじゃないんです。私が確かめたわけではないので。
She seemed to have difficulty while trying to explain the situation.
実際に確かめた人が伝えた方がいいかもしれないわ。
Okay, give me the phone then.
俺が代わります。
そうね。頼むわ。
June held her wrist up for Do-yoon. Do-yoon explained what he saw and heard through the phone. Which is just
終わりました
good。philosophy to... You know what it actually means. Mm-hmm. June lowered her wrist and shook it lightly.
結構長かったな。レイナさん、腕疲れたんじゃ。
そこまでではないわ。
他に言いたいことがあったのか？
ついでに世間話なんてしてたはずもないし。
Of course it wasn't a little chat.
ちょっとおかしいところがあったんで。
Ooh.
おかしいってどこが？
どういう意味かわからないんですけど。
プロデューサーは頭にコンクリートの瓦礫が当たっていた。瓦礫ある程度の大きさだったし、血痕がついてるのは間違いなく致命傷だったと思う。
確かに周りにあったのは小さい瓦礫ばかりだった。
そんなのみんな知ってることだろ。
まず本題はこれからだ。
Pick out the inconsistent clues one by one. Well, it doesn't make sense that this one and this one.
瓦礫が当たったのは頭頂部だった。一目でわかるくらい大きな傷だ。
顔を上げている状態だったなら直前までは意識があったはずだ。
手の甲に傷があった。手のひらは何ともなかった。
うん。瓦礫から頭をかばってできた傷だし。
頭に怪我をした後にかばったなら手のひらにも血がついてるはずだ。
順序的に頭にぶつかる前に怪我したってことか。
そう。頭をかばうのは意識がある時にできることだ。
それのどこがおかしいんだ？
もう一度順を追って話してみるよ。ステージが崩壊し、足が鉄骨の下敷きになって身動きが取れなくなる。もがいていると小さな瓦礫が落ちて、その瓦礫から頭を守ろうとして手の甲に怪我をする。頭を上げたところに大きな瓦礫が当たって致命傷を負う。
それで？
今の話だと大きな瓦礫が2つ必要になるんです。
There must have been one to hit her hand while she was covering her hat, causing the wound on her hand, making her hands fall away, and then another piece hitting her to kill her.
手の甲を怪我させたものと
Yeah.
頭頂部に当たった。
Ha!
俺たちが見つけたそれらしい瓦礫は一つしかなかったんですよ。
その瓦礫が飛び上がってもう一度落ちてきたわけでもないし。
No, I don't think that's what
頭
happened.
に怪我をした状態で抱えてたら手のひらが綺麗なわけないよね。
It makes you feel like someone hit her or something. Yeah.
頭は致命傷なんだ。
It would have been one thing if we know that there was debris falling at the same time as the steel frames. But it is weird, like she struck under the steel frames and then she begins covering her head.
瓦礫は一つしかないのに目立つ傷は二つ。
手の甲の怪我、かすり傷なんかじゃなかったの。
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't just a scratch.
ちょっと待って。クニカちゃん、どうしたの？前提そのものが間違ってる。
Huh?
そして手の甲の傷、本当に瓦礫の下敷きになった後にできたのかな？手の甲は下敷きになる前に怪我したってこと？これはどうかな？ステージが崩れて田中プロデューサーが頭を抱えたまま逃げる。
Okay.
その途中瓦礫に当たって手の甲に怪我をする。
Okay.
それから鉄骨の下敷きになったとしたら、
抜け出そうと顔を上げた時、頭頂部に大きな瓦礫が。つまり手の甲は他のとこ
No,
ろで
but
怪
if
我し
she
たこと
was
に。
running and then something hit her head and she fell down, wouldn't that make it even more likely that the palm of her hand would get like dirty?
これで説明がつくでしょ。
Because like if she fell, she would have probably tried to break her fall, and you usually do that
だ
with
から
your
瓦礫も
hands.
一つしか見つかってないのよ。
Fatal injury to the top of her head. Her legs were caught under the steel frame, pinning her down. It's hard to tell if she died during the initial collapse.
でも
No, I don't think your story makes sense.
逃げる途中そうなったのに、チーフの遺体、事故前の位置から動いてないんですよ。
なぜ傷が2つできたかは説明がつかないってこと？
There was a grave tension among the survivors.
すみません。俺のせいで。
Doyen took a step back. Maybe she got hurt while running away, as Ina pointed out. No point in dwelling on these strange things when it was obviously an accident. Oh yeah, it was
必要はないの。
obviously an accident.
あまりこだわらない方がいいよ。
No one would ever wish harm on her.
結論を出すのは僕たちのやることじゃないと思うよ。
Doyen nodded. But the sense of stealth still lingered. Sungyu was remaining in the same spot. Sale's last remark revolved around in his mind.
でも、もう少し早く見つけることができたら助けることができたかもしれないわ。
You know, we have a saying in German. There's actually two variations of it that go hätte hätte Würstchenkette or hätte hätte Fahrradkette. It really doesn't matter which one you use. It's like would, should, could have. The fact is you didn't. So don't dwell on the past.
最初はステージを見回る余裕はありませんでし
So
た
it's like, oh, we could have done this, we should have done that. Well, you didn't. And it's already over.
僕が気がついた時も、こっちでは何も
Also,
聞こえ
thank
ま
you
せ
for
ん
the
でし
hydrate.
た。おそらく彼女が亡くなったのは
Coulda, woulda, shoulda is what we have here.
近いと思い
Yeah.
ますよ。
There's many variations. Oh, okay, I have never heard of that one before.
どうせダメだったってことか。
そんなひねくれたこと言うなよ。何
Don't
言って
cry
る
over
かわ
spilled
からない
milk. What
か
did he... Oh, yeah. I wonder what else we could have done. We're trying not to anger Hyesung too much because everyone else we can kind of stay friends with enough easily, but we're trying not to anger Hyesung. Even though it doesn't matter, we're going to get an early bad end in the first playthrough anyway.
俺も万が一のことを考えるようになりました。手遅れだったって一言でまとめてもいいんでしょうか。あまりにも気の毒で。
あんな死に方するなんてだからかな。ずっと頭の中から離れないの。
ずっと一緒にやってきた仲なんだ。当たり前だろ。
person that made that phrase really didn't think it through.
全然大丈夫じゃないんですよ。チーフと長い間働いてたんですから。
ここも安全じゃないから気をつけるべきだという意味だったんです。
Hyesung suddenly snorted.
呆れたぜ。
あんた何？
ずっと静かだったんで一人だけ救助されたのかと思ったぜ。
くだらないこと言うつもりならしばらく黙っててくれない？
Ooh.
急にみんなして悲しんでるふりしておかしくないか？ぶっちゃけ俺以外全員プロデューサーのこと嫌いだったよな。
Well, yeah, she wasn't a very good person.
いちいち逆らって陰口叩いてたんだろうがよ。
それは生前の話でしょ。
After staring at Ina for a moment, Hyesung turned his head.
プロデューサーの葬儀で喪主でもやる勢いだな。
私に言ってるの？
俺今レイナさん見てた？
Excuse
じゃあ
me?
そうかもな。
どうしてそんなこと言うの？あんたね、乱暴なこと言わないでじっとしてたらどうにかなるわけ？
乱暴？俺の純粋な気持ちを無視されちゃ困るな。
Hyesung's eyes turned red. It was like Hyesung was a member of Seongyung's fan club. He never had complaints about any of her directions or instructions. Hyesung liked what Seongyung liked and hated what she hated.
せめて
Hi,
ずっ
good
とプロデュー
evening.
サーの味方だった俺が
How you doing?
言ってやんなきゃと思ってな。
What? Is this a Korean game? It is. It is. You're tired as fuck? Oh.
ユーマ、そんな言い方はないだろう。仕事に関する意見が違うのと悲しむのは全く別の話じゃないか。
Do-yeon unthinkingly folded his arms over his chest. He tried to suppress the aching pain in his heart.
お前も混乱してるんだろう。苦しいだろうな。
You just got home, you're waiting for food. Aw. I'm okay.
こんなやり方じゃ。
I'm a little tired, but that's nothing new.
どうさ
How is this raising our friendship?
胸が痛むんだ。
We give him a stern talking to, like, hey, don't talk like this. And he's like, ah, I like you
頭
more
を
now.
割れるように痛くてどうしてどんどん悲しくなるんだ。
I wonder if we can't reach that emergency exit that seems to be in the back there. The gaze toward Hyesung softened.
悲しいのはあんただけじゃないよ。生前の彼女と揉めたことはあるわ。でも今は心から痛んでいるのよ。信じてほしいの。
レイナさん、ユーマも分かっているはずですよ。
There was a heavy silence that lingered in the air. Oh, and an autosave checkpoint. Some time has passed. Ina spoke up while staring at the end of her feet.
ベリスタって
The end of her
中
feet?
止になるのかな。
Okay.
そうかもな。
何ヶ月もこの番組だけ頑張ってたのに。
WBS だぜ。こんなことまで利用するに決まってるじゃな
I
い。
feel like it's a, you know, it's a big TV station. I feel like they're not going to discontinue it. They're probably going to get some money out of this. Feet of her feet.
番組だぞ。プロデューサーがここまでヒットさせたのに、
The foot of her feet.
このまま終わらせると思うか。
で、これからも今までのように大きな口叩くってこと？
この番組さえ続けられるならいくらでもやるぜ。
続けるかどうかは俺たちが決めることじゃないんだぞ。
まるで他
I
人事
wouldn't
だな。
want to be on a show that continues
最下位の俺もやる気
after
出してんの
stuff like this happens, though, I gotta say.
ランキングとか放送中止とか今はそんなのどうでも。
に。はいはい。下から2番目は最下位じゃないってことか。
Shut the fuck up about our rankings!
番組でも今の状況を知りたがってんだろう。おわ
みんな静かに。何か聞こえない？
A roaring sound echoed around the ruin.
崩れるのか。
Help? Dust flew around when the debris fell.
みんな大丈夫？まさかこうしてどんどん危なくなっていくんじゃ。
Everyone's faces turned pale. It was the first tremor they had felt since finding the body. It was natural for them to feel restless.
待て今
A large steel blade came falling down and almost crushed Hyesun.
大丈夫か？
本当やばいとこだったぜ。救助隊の顔を見る前に死ぬかも。
Sheesh!
他に居場所がないか探した方がいいんじゃ。
それとも救助隊に連絡した方が。
私のは繋がらないわ。みんなはどう？
僕のもダメです。まさか。
It's a very relaxing game, definitely, that you joined in for. It's like, oh, we might die any second, it's
俺
fine.
ギリギリで助かったぞ。散歩がてら一通り回ってみようぜ。なあ。
ねえ、他のところもチェックしといた方がいいんじゃない？
はい、ステージが崩れるかもしれませんから。これ以上崩れたら残りの道までなくなるかもしれないじゃないですか。
3人はああ言ってるが。
探した方がいいのかな？
We're gonna search. Yeah, we're gonna search for a different safe place.
まずはステージの周辺から確かめてみましょう。状況は変わり続けていますから。
外から何の指示もなかったのに動いてもいいのかしら。
ピン。
無茶をせずに道を探すくらいなら。
ピン。
ここでじっとしてるのもある意味無茶だぜ。
ピン。
万が一に備えるって考えよう。
選択肢がなくなる前にです。
Ju-young and Gyuk looked around silently.
それじゃあ気をつけて回りましょう。
Sure. Let's carefully check.
無理して探そうとしない方がいい。
Oh, wait, we actually see more of their outfits. That's an interesting dress.
少しでもおかしいと感じたらすぐ言うのよ。気をつけながら回ってみよう。
Ah, you're actually wearing pants. I'm surprised. On a Korean TV show or a reality? No, it's not a reality TV show. On a Korean survival show, and you actually get to wear pants? I am surprised. The group carefully headed towards the area around the stage. Bing! Beleaguered. What? Beleaguered? Beleaguered? They should look for a place that has a hole in it that's high up, and then they should all stack on top of each other until one person can climb through that hole and go to get help. Yeah. Okay, let's check everything. What about this? The judge's section. Sung-yoon's body lay behind it. She was hidden from the view of the stage. There could be another collapse here, it won't be safe. Tables and chairs for judges are located in front of the stage. Sung-yoon's body is not visible from the stage since they block the view. I see. What about this part? The audience area had been hit with the most damage. Beleaguered. Beleaguered? The ceiling had completely come down. There was an exit on each side of the audience area, but this one was completely buried. It would be hard to find anything from this side. Okay, what about this? The spot suffered less damage compared to the other side. An exit side was dimly lit. There are some gaps where they could crawl through the wreckage. Audience area exit. An emergency exit is near the back of the audience section. People escaped through that exit. Underneath the collapsed ceiling, a small chasm could be seen. He checked the audience area but couldn't find any safe spots. He looked towards the right of the stage. What about here? The focus of Doin's attention moved from the broken steel frame to the ceiling. This side looked much worse. The steel frames completely gave way here. It was just a matter of time until this place collapsed more. There was a staff corridor to the right side of the stage. It's blocked by a pile of concrete rubble, so it seems impossible to open the door. They could also use the exit on the other side to get to the backstage area. It won't hurt to check out the other side. The staff-only passage linked to the back of the stage. In order to use the passage, a pile of concrete blocking the entrance must be removed. This was the steel frame that used to support the roof structure. The force must have been intense enough to bend the steel frame. The steel frame was bent as a result of the stage collapse. It is still holding up but won't last for long. The right side of the stage looked pretty bad. There could be additional collapse. They walked to the left of the stage. The spot has suffered less damage compared to the other side. The steel frame was the only thing holding the ceiling up. Okay. Doyen looked up at the ceiling. Thanks to the steel frame, this side still remained intact. All they can do now is pray that the steel holds out until the rescue team arrives. The ceiling above the audience seats has collapsed. The ceiling above the stage is still holding up. It could fall down at any time without a warning. Alright, what's this one? It was a staff corridor leading to the central corridor behind the stage. It looks better than the one on the other side. What awaits behind the door is unknown, but it might be possible to get to the waiting room through this exit. A passage for staff leading to the back of the stage. It looks relatively safe without any fallen debris or damage. After investigating the stage, the group reassembled.
で、どうでした？
私はステージ裏の左側の通路がいいと思ったわ。
中央廊下につながるドアのことですよね。
ええ。瓦礫もほとんどないし、ドアもあまり壊れてなかったわ。
今は閉ざされていますけど、無理やり開けても大丈夫でしょうか。
Do you guys want to see a really short bad ending?
やっぱ
That is coming
観
up.
客席の方の非常口が
Or
一
should
番
we
いいと思う。
focus on, you know, getting through it?
みんなそこから抜け出したんだろう。俺たちも行ってみようぜ。
Yeah.
ステージ裏の右側の通路はどうでしょう。そこが非常口に一番近いんですよ。
そこは全部崩れて通れないだろうが。
お前が言ってる観客席の非常口はどうなんだよ。右側の通路は瓦礫をちょっとだけ片付けたらいけるんだぞ。
From opening the doors, the door being shut, literally holding the entire place together. I vote let's get through it.
観客席の方からはもう脱出した人がいるっつってんだろ。この分だと。
It's not a bad ending that's required for any trophies or anything.
でも今は全部崩れてる。死亡が
It's
保
one
証
I
されてる
actually,
ね。
when I played this game for the first time, I got it by accident.
って通ればいいじゃないか。
もういい。
It's like, I don't know,
私はレーナ
no,
さんに
not
賛成
even a
よ。
full minute long.
でも右側の通路も。
The right side is more heavily damaged than the left side. The back of the stage could be accessed via the left passage. All of the other passages have been buried. The group's opinions were divided on the issue.
僕は決められそうにない。
We love alternate timeline theory here.
ステージ裏の左側の通路にした方がいいと思うわ。
観客席の方の非常口はもう脱出口に使われたんだぞ。
ステージ裏の右側の通路が非常口から一番近いんですってば。
Dorian was also there when they took a look around the stage, which would be the most safe and suitable space.
どうやら行けそうなところは。
Well, we have one vote for the bad ending and one vote against it. Anyone else want to cast a vote? It does not take long. It's really fucking short. Let's go to the ceiling. That doesn't give us a bad ending though. That's only going to give us a wrong one. Time to hack and die? Okay.
ステージ裏の右側の通路だと思う。
Okay, let's do it.
ナオトの言う通りなら、そこが他の非常口に一番近いからな。
そうですよ。非常口に近いってこと。ステージについてはスタッフの言うことを聞かないと。
非常口に近いってことは目がついてるやつなら全員。
道が崩れてるのが問題なんでしょ。
完全に塞がってはいません。少しだけ片付けたら道ができるはずです。
The group decided to go along with Sale's idea.
こっちに積もってるものを片付けましょう。気をつけて。
They began to carefully remove the debris around the door.
これくらいでいいか。
十分です。さあ、ドアを開ければ。
But the door didn't
お
budge.
かしいな。何か引っかかってるのか？
Sailed strained trying to push and pull the door.
大丈夫か？そんなに力を入れちゃ。
Suddenly the place began to shake again.
よりによって今。うわっ。
Something fell down and hit Doyon on the head. It happened before he even had time to pull himself out.
ダメだ。
He moaned, but the sound didn't come out of his mouth. Bing! Please stand by. Game over. Choose a stable place or one that's already destroyed. Thank you for the hint, game. Would you like to continue from the latest save data? Sure. What is the latest save data? Is that the autosave? Yeah, that's the autosave. Okay, good.
どうやら。
There's another one if you go for this one.
観客席ユーマの言うと
Blah blah blah. If you follow along with what Hyesung has said.
さす安全が保証されてるルートだってのに。どいつもこいつもうるさくってよ。
りょう、崩れた壁の隙間を通らない
No,
と
I
いけないん
don't.
だぞ。
No, I don't think it's safe.
廃墟にいた方がマシだってのかよ。
Crawling through somewhere where everything is collapsing? Yeah, that definitely sounds like a safe road. June crossed her arms. She looked pale.
結果を受け入れる潔い姿勢こそがレリスタのモットーだろ。じゃあそれなら
I mean, you could go first if you want.
行こうって言い出した人同士で先に確認すればいいだろ。
Crawling in a stable-tight space? Good idea. Hyesung gave Doyon a glance. It didn't look safe, but he already made his decision. Doyon
よっ
nodded.
しゃ行ってみようぜ。
The two headed toward the ruined audience area. Hyesung seemed to hesitate after arriving at the site. Yeah, I wonder why.
見えるか？この下の隙間なんだけど。
I think this looks
What?
extremely safe.
俺が先に行くぞ。
Hyesung muttered something to the rest of the group standing in the back.
いや、わかった。先に行ったらついていくから。
Doyon leaned forward to check the gap beneath the wall. He felt like he saw something, but wasn't sure exactly what it was.
何かが見えるような気がする。
Doyon pushed himself in a little
こ
further.
れって通路なのかな。それとも。
At that moment, the ground began to shake again.
よりによってこんな。
Boom!
うわっ。
Something fell out of the darkness and hit Doyon on the head. It happened before he even had time to pull himself out. Hyesung's scream died away quickly, and everything went black as if turning off a light switch. It's like... Game is like, okay, listen, we told you that this was a stupid fucking idea. Maybe don't try to go there. Alright, let's do it for real this time. Where we are supposed to be going is the left passageway.
ステージ裏の左側の通路だと思う。レイナさんの言う通り、ドアも一番まともだし、周りも瓦礫が少ないからな。
Knowing something is a stupid idea won't stop me? Same. I want to get 100%. I'm gonna fucking do it.
彼の言う通りまずは一番安全そうなところから確かめてみましょう。
ドアが開いても中が大丈夫なのか。
見た目から危険そうに見えるところよりはまだいい方じゃないかしら。
Honestly, we tried worse ways.
でもあっちの方が非常口に近いのに。
安全が保証されてる脱出口
Both
を
of you
無
and
視
Dave's
する気
literally
か？
just killed me, so no.
結果を受け入れなさいよ。レリスタの出演者らしくね。
Except you lost. The group headed toward the left passage behind the stage as Young suggested.
ドア開けてみます。
もしものことがあったらいけないからな。
The door suddenly flung open. Suddenly the place began to shake again.
よりによってこんな時に。
観客席の方
You
です。
see, when you scream for signs, it makes you look smart.
ですよ。
反対側も崩れてる。
A cloud of debris came falling down in the audience area suggested by Hyesung and in the right passage suggested by Seo. You two sleep to grammar, it's fine. Doyen shuddered at the thought.
ここはなんともないぞ。壁が支えてくれたのか。
I mean, sure, it could have cleared a path for the other characters, but you know how that stuff is a bad ending if your main character
大変なこ
dies.
とになるところだったわ。だからあっちより壊れてなかったのね。
Sale raised his hand.
みんなで一緒に入るんですか？
いきなり何言ってるの？
みんなで行って閉じ込められたりしたらそれも問題なので。
別れて入ろう
Trying
って
to
こ
see a
と？
silver lining. That's valid.
廊下とステージに分けるつもりなら俺は絶対廊下だぜ。
Hyesung stared at the wreckage of the audience area. The rest of the group also surveyed the
あれ見
surroundings.
てたら行ってみるべきだと思う。
行って道がなかったら結局ここに戻るしかなくなる。
ステージがそんなにいいならずっとここにいろよ。
Sale cleared his
意
throat.
見を言っただけです。
Sale was going to take the lead, but then he changed his mind and backed off.
それじゃあお先にどうぞ。
ふざけるな。俺が先に行くぞ。
Hyesung confidently walked toward the door. Sale, now left behind, bit his lip nervously.
ダメなところ選んだくせに。
ナオト、行こう。
はい。
Ooh, switching channels. Bye, my leggy.
超怖
ステージよりずっと暗いね。
頭と足元に気をつけろ。
スマートウォッチにライト機能はないんですか？
これが万能だと思ってるのか？
I mean,
ライト機能はないんだ。近くに当てたらちょっと明るくなるくらいだな。
Doyen put the watch close to the dark area.
全然見えませんね。
気をつけるしかないわ。通路やまともなところがないか探してみましょう。あまり無茶しないようにね。ちょっとでもおかしい感じがしたらすぐ言うのよ。
道が把握できたらざっと手帳に書いてみます。
It's funny because we can very much see like the background because obviously it's drawn in a way that we can see it, but the characters right now they can't because it's too dark. The group carefully moved.
確実に塞がってるね。この裏が出口
Well,
だ
that
っ
would
け？
have been too easy.
この先に長い廊下がもう一つあります。でもそこも崩れていると思いますよ。
裏につながる道は他にないの？
俺の記憶にはないけど。
ここが唯一の出口ですよ。保証できます。
Doyen stepped onto the debris and tried to move the door. The door didn't budge, as if the back was completely blocked as well.
ダメですね。
それじゃ仕方な。
クニカさん、大丈夫か？
ドアの前に来たらなんかちょっと煙たいんだけど。
Oh.
これ以上確かめなくてもいいわ。
スタッフの休憩室、実は2つ目の楽屋なんです。
実際に出演者たちが使ってたからな。
Mm-hmm.
部屋の設計からめちゃくちゃだな。
楽屋に入れなかったスタッフは奥の廊下で
Acrid, now there's a word.
悔しいなら出演しな。
余計なこと言うんじゃなかった。
一応
Knock knock. Anyone home? Oh, it's closed. Oh, it's
開
locked.
かないな。
そんなに力ないのかよ。りょうさん、ちょっとどけ。
Well, who would have guessed? You could see a pile of debris through the crack in the door.
崩れてるよここ。
ドアが天井を支えているのかもしれないぞ。
このままにしときましょう。
Any other rooms we can try? The toilet!
男子トイレ。キモいんだけど。
死ぬかもしれないってのに、そんなこと言ってる場合か。
女子トイレにしか入れなくても、そんなこと言ってられるかな？
It's just a fucking restroom.
当然だろ。It
It really does matter right now, no.
口だけはカッコつけて。
かっこいいのは口だけか？見た目も
水が必要になるかもしれないわ。
救助が遅れたら喉が渇くかもしれませんしね。
とりあえず確かめてみよ
オッケー、行ってみよう。
He sounds annoying. He is. He is annoying. He doesn't only sound that way, he is. Incredibly so. Also, why the fuck is everything laggy right now? I'm so sorry. Hold on. Why is it only laggy when I
どこかを支
actually
えている
click
ってことです
into
よ。
the game? That is fucked up. That's not right.
蛇口も壊れてる。
いい加減。
No! What the fuck? No! That's not what I wanted to do. No!
No, 3人ともくだらな
No,
い
no,
こ
no,
と
no,
言ってないで
no, 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 no. I didn't mean to do that. I am not allowed to go into the menu right now, I guess. I was trying to get to a menu. I'm so sorry. I can't even reload right now. That's the problem.
鏡が割れ
I
てま
can
す。
listen to it again, but I
どこ
can't
か
go
を支
back
えてい
there.
るってことですよ。
Okay, I'll just read it. A lot of games will lag a bit when unfocused. Yeah, but I am focusing on the game. You're fucking brave enough to drink from any public bathroom, yeah. Anyway, the mirror is broken, which means it was supporting something. The faucet is broken too, although we might be able to use the water from the puddle. To be honest, this place doesn't look safe. I'm not sure if this place would last for long. The rest of the group survey the area as well. We need to get out of here. Well, that was a waste of time. At least we have a place to take it down. Oh, okay. Could you please not dump out words like that? Do you want me to slap your face instead? Did you dump out your manners instead? Guys, stop. All three of you, please stop the nonsense. Get out of there.
俺は何も言ってないんだけど。
I tried to stop them.
とにかく出てきてください。
Well, yeah, sure, let's get out of there. An autosave checkpoint.
多目的トイレよ。このくらいの広さだけど。
Do I? No, I have no way to get to a menu right now.
全員で入るには狭そうだな。それに開かない。外れだな。
ねえ、今思い出したんだけど、多目的トイレのドアって自動ドアじゃなかった？
Yeah, it should.
とりあえず取り揃えただけなんで。必須設備の一つらしくて、慌てて適当に工事したんですよ。
いくらなんでもこんな手抜き工場。
まあとにかくここは捨てようぜ。
Okay.
楽屋よ。ドアはかなりまともに見えるのに。
開くかもしれません。
Self slowly turned the doorknob. The door opened with a creak.
これが出口だったら。
気が抜けること言わないでくれる？
中を確かめてみましょう。
オッケー。入るぞ。
Maybe this one will be a safe room at least. It could be worse, I think.
うわっ、びっくりした。
It's just a mannequin!
マネキン見るの初めてじゃないでしょ？何驚いてんだか。
真っ白なもんがバッと出てくるからだろ。お前もギョッとしたじゃねえか。俺が見てないとでも思ったか？
Like, who else is here? Everyone else has already left. Do you think there would be a dead body just lying on the ground here as well? Ina walked right past Hyesung, who was still fuming with anger.
状態はまあまあ悪くないみたいよ。ここで粘るのはどう？
The group surveyed the room.
狭い部屋にいる時に崩れたりしたらもっと大変なことになるかもしれない。
これ以上天井が崩れたらドアが開かないかもしれない。
Yeah, I don't think this is very safe.
あ、壁の上の方、ひびが入ってる。どうやら無理みたいね。
この建物、一体どうやって建てたんだよ。
一番安全な場所はステージだっていう結論になるかもしれないわね。
行く場所がなければきっとそうなるでしょうね。
これ以上用がないならさっさと出ようぜ。
Thank you for the pad. The leggy pad.
女
Yeah, I think it's because with the 3D stuff in the game that's killing everything right now.
ドアが開くか。
For whatever reason.
見ての通り。
ドアがこんな様子じゃ避けた方がいいぞ。
That's the only thing I do not like about how this is made. It's like you're stuck in
気になる
in
の
one
に
of
引っ張
these
ってみ
scenes for an extended amount of time. You cannot leave. You cannot go to a menu unless you're in a scene where you're allowed to use your phone, unless you're in one of those talking scenes.
どう？
You literally can't
答え
fucking
出たで
just
しょ？
stop in the middle.
そうだな。ここはダメだ。
Because I would like to check the options, see if there's anything I could turn off. That's poopy. Yeah.
楽屋の裏につながるドアなんでしょ？
そうです。スタッフが中央廊下を避けて行き来するときに使っていた道です。狭くて倉庫代わりに使ってたから汚いと思いますよ。
それでも確認はしておこう。
The door easily flung open.
スタッフたち、なんで中央廊下じゃなくてこっちを利用してたんだ。
邪魔になるからだろ。廊下を取ったシーンにスタッフが出てきちゃうだろ。
出演者の塚本優馬様がうまーく説明してくださいました
ひどいね。
そんなのいちいち言ってたらキリがありませんよ。出演者は振り回されるだけで済みますけど、スタッフは使い捨てるコマのようなものでした。とにかく廊下の方を確かめましょう。
ああ、行ってみよう。
I feel like Sale and Hyesung are gonna have a really big fight at some point. Like, they're obviously not getting along, but they keep throwing very, very unpretty words
さっき聞いたけど、
against each
ほん
other.
と狭いね。
普段もスタッフ同士でステップがずれたりしてました。
How is this a narrow pathway? It looks really fucking big.
韻を踏んだつもりか。
お前はかわいそうだと思わないのか？あんなに大勢のスタッフがこんな狭い廊下を走り回ってたんだぞ。
さあな。悔しいなら有名になれば。
ま、ステージよりもお前の態度の方が先にめちゃくちゃになったからな。
Can you guys stop fighting for a
お前
second?
の生意気な態度見る俺の気持ちも
ゆうまくん、いい加減やめなさいよ。
へいへい。 2位がおっしゃるなら黙りますよ。
Okay, it is narrow if you put a bunch of stuff in there.
4つです。今入ってきたドア以外に見れそうなところは楽屋の裏口、中央廊下の出口があります。
あと一つは
スタッフの控え室のドアだけど、さっき見た通り崩れてました。
The group walked toward the door in front of them.
これが楽屋の裏口よね。
開けますね。
Well, you say that you will open it, but it doesn't open. Do you turn the door knob, but the door did not open.
鍵がかかってるの？
ちょっと待ってください。ドアが天井を支えているみたいです。
He turned it harder, but nothing happened.
だったら無理やり開ける必要はない。
開けても楽屋に繋がってるだけだろ。
そうね。ここは放っておきましょう。
Doyen stepped back from the
次
door.
は奥の方。中央廊下の出口の方ね。
くそ、
足元に気をつけろ。
もう引っかかったし。
He was just trying to be nice.
このドアはどこに繋がっているの？
中央廊下の端です。崩れていたところ。
じゃあ開けても出口なんかないってことか。
開くかどうかだけ確かめてみるよ。
The door opened outwards, but the debris stopped him from opening it any
しか開
further.
かないのかよ。
出たとしても中央廊下の端です。
それじゃあこれで終わりか。
とりあえず出ましょう。
Swish! Let's go to an area that doesn't make my entire computer die, please. I guess not.
見れるところは全部見た。
僕たちの選択肢は何でしたっけ？
大きく2つあるな。ステージに戻るか、ここのどこかにいるか。
ここのどこかなら今僕たちがいる中央廊下と楽屋、スタッフ
Staying in the
用の廊
man's restroom doesn't sound like a very nice
選択肢が気に入らないね。
plan.
ステージに戻るのもちょっとな。照明がついてるところに行った方がいいんじゃない？
そんな場所はトイレと
Man's restroom, let's go!
スタッフ用の廊下しかないわ。
マシなのはトイレ？
マシって何よ、マシって。
鏡割れてるの見えなかったのか？そこの壁、天井を支えてるんだぞ。
他のとこの壁も全部そうだろうが。
ドアも1つしかないし、閉じ込められるかもしれないぞ。
ドアが一つしかないのも全部一緒だろ。
Lots of water to drink if you get trapped in there, although that's basically the same as no water. Hello, Stan! Thank you so much for the raid! Hello, 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 raid. Hello, raiders. Good evening. I'm so sorry. This is one of those games that stops playing music when you tap out. Hi! Hello, raiders. My name's Nu. I like the color pink, JRPGs, and visual novels, and we're currently playing Buried Stars, which is a visual novel where you are contestants on a survival show and you are stuck in a building that is collapsing. Also, you want a Pikachu for the raiders. Of course, of course. Pikachu. Pika. Pikachu. Why is he so insistent on going to the bathroom? Honestly. He's like, come on, dude. You had fun with Kirby. Did you finish it? Or like... Because you said something about you thinking you're close to the end. The mirror on the wall is broken, the floor is wet. There's only one exit linked to the central corridor.
楽屋には表と裏2つのドアがありますが、
So adorable. Hehehe.
部屋も広い方です。
そりゃあ他のとこに比べたら広く見えるでしょう
I
ね。
think the most realistic options would be the dressing room or going back to the stage,
壁
honestly.
にひびが入ってたろ。天井を支えているだけで
But to be fair, I like the stage in general more simply because there's like a bigger area, and here it's really, really fucking small, everything. If anything collapses here, you could be stuck in the middle of, you know, just stuck in a very small part of the entire pathway. And you finished the story, but you didn't beat one last boss. Aw, damn. But hey, good. Good job. Good job on finishing the story. We are sadly lagging because this game is being like, hoo-hoo, I'm killing your entire computer, it seems. Inside looks fine, but the entrance to the staff corridor is damaged, so you can get there only from the central corridor. It's way too difficult. Aww. Stage is the first place rescue should look, since that's the last known location, right? Can you stop picking a fight every second?
誰もそこが一番いいだなんて言ってないじゃない。それに狭いとか広いとか何の関係があんの？どうせ喋ったばっかりしてるくせに。
Sheesh. A narrow passage behind the staff lounge and dressing room. It can be used to access a door leading to the central corridor. All other doors are blocked.
私も狭い場所は苦手よ。
Wow, the person with known panic attacks is claustrophobic. I never would have guessed.
なんとか前向きに考えようとしてるけど、窮屈すぎると
I'm sorry.
息が止まりそうで。いっそのこと、中央廊下にいるのはどう？
I just would like to reach a part in the game where I can go to the option menu and see if I can change anything, because this is upsetting.
状況を見て楽屋とかステージに行ったらいいじゃない。
A central passage in the back of the stage with links to the man's restroom, scarf corridor, and dressing room. The exit at the end of the corridor is impassable.
僕は実際に見たらステージが一番安全だと思います。外でも他のどこかに避難しろとは言ってないし、廊下の端の方はすでに崩れています。
Christmas isn't close by. She's going to be really panicking once Santa shows. I'm sorry, what?
結局一番安心できる場所は
Oh, because of Santa Claus. Okay, yeah.
でもステージに戻ったら。
Good job, thank you.
そうだよ。ステージには。
Is this Korean? Is Japanese? Oh yeah, listen, the game is originally Korean. It also has Korean voice acting. There are Korean names, but there's also Japanese voice acting, and the Japanese voice acting has changed the names to, you know, being Japanese names. Because sadly, if you choose the Japanese voice acting, it doesn't change anything about our text. But we wanted to play it with the Japanese voice acting, so that's what we're doing. Sungyu's body was in the stage area. The two of them didn't finish the sentences, but everyone knew what they were going to say.
ステージの方はまだ空間に余裕があります。審査員席の方に行かなくてもいいはずですよ。
Conversation ended by listening to each other's different opinions.
安全に持ちこたえるのが目標なのに。
じゃあそれぞれ自分の好き
We
な
are
場所に
not
分かれ
going
る
to split up.
個人プレーはダメよ。石京ちゃん。あんたは何か言いたいことないの？
Oh, I do!
君はどう思う？
俺は
I want an option menu. But I don't get it yet. I want to go to the stage.
ステージに戻った方がいい。
You can sail also nodded.
僕もそれが一番だと思うよ。
Yeah, the characters have Korean names, Japanese nicknames, and English middle names. It's a mess.
結局こうなるのね。全部確かめて出した結果がこれだもんね。
くそ。結局何も変わってねえ。
Thank you for the bright redeem.
おかげで周辺の把握ができたじゃない。そうね。ある程度マシな場所
I
も見
just
つ
want
け
to
たし
get。out of this area so badly. It's literally just this area in the game that's making it so laggy.
選択肢になるはずよ。
Jung nodded with a worried look on her face. Woo! A sudden loud sound roared through the corridor. The ground shook for a moment and dust fell from the ceiling. The group slowly took a look around.
これ以上ひどくなる前に戻ろう。
We need to go
散
back.
々歩き回っといて元の場所に戻るのか。
You can stay here if you want, bitch. He makes me so fucking angry. I swear to God. Suddenly I'm thinking stage might be the place to be. Oh, I don't know what you mean. Men's
ここを
bathroom,
離
let's
れた時
go.
より少し崩れて
I mean, we are going to go there
廊下にい
again.
た時揺れたせ
I
い
can
か。
tell you that.
今見るとここは避けれる場所もある。結局元の場所に来ちゃったか。
Hey, at least we passed some
この
time.
状態救助隊に伝えた方がいいかしら。私がかけてみるね。
Ina called the rescue team and the group quietly listened in. Every time there was a noise, Ina frowned.
ああ、耳痛。
でなんか言われたか。
こっちの状況は分かったって。
Do they?
ステージで待ってほしいんだって。他の場所に行かずに。
ここもあまり安全だとは思えないけど。
狭いところにいる方がもっと危険だってことかもしれないな。
今はとりあえず言わ
But
れ
yeah,
た
I
通りにし
think
ましょう。
I think the stage is the
Hopefully,
safest
Hoho ga
place
nai
just
からね。
because there's like more room. The nervous gaze wandered around the stage. Look up in the sky. It's
別
a
に
bird. It's a plane. It's
喋った
new.
だけが楽しみだぜ。
That's me. Hello. I'm Lucky.
何？また勝手なこと投稿する気か？
俺の勝手だろが。
I care. The problem being, like, I would, me personally, I would choose the left one. Safest battery. But sadly, we try to get
何か
along
書い
with
てある
him.
のか。
相葉さんまでどうしたんですか？
We want to be good
さ
friends
す
with
がだな
him.
るよさん。状態が悪い者同士で顔つき合わせても何もならないだろう。外では何がどうなってるか観察してる方がずっとマシだろ。
Mm-hmm. Oh, no one like that.
節約した方がいいぞ。
なんだよ。喋ったしてるの俺だけじゃねえだろ。
Yes, you
あ
are.
のさ、あっちこっちに撃ってないでちゃんと狙ってくれる？あなたを責める気はないのよ。分かってるでしょ？
俺も面白くて見てるんじゃねえからな。喋った見てたら外に誰かがいるって実感できるだろう。何も知らないくせに。
Everyone's just getting mad because they're worried about the ranking. I mean, he is worried about the rankings the entire time. Hyosung suddenly fell silent while looking at his watch. What's up? What's
ど
wrong?
うした？
ユーマ、大丈夫なのか？なんか変なものでも見たのか？
What is it? Hyosung raised his head, eyes red.
変なやつが一人出てきたぜ。
Excuse me?
また喋ったあの話か？お前な。
お前は引っ込んでろ。何も分かってないくせに超変なやつが出てきたんだぜ。
どうしたの？一体何なの？
What?
誰のことか分かった。私も今見たの。
Doyen also raised his watch and checked further. What is it? Hello, I'm Sungin Shin, the chief producer of Beastars. Rest assured. I'm already dead, and the top 5 contestants trapped there will be dead in no time. The 5 contestants deceived you from the start, and now all of them are preparing for the finals. We must make them pay for what they have done. Excuse me?
シェア数を見ろよ。驚くぜ。
どうしてこんなにシェアされてるの？
面白くてしょうがないってことだろう。このイカれだ。
シェアがみんな同意ってわけじゃないだろ。
そうよ。避難の意味もあるでしょうし、人によって。
とにかくシェアすること自体が拡散してるってことなんだよ。
投稿したアカウント。プロフィール画像もないな。
きっと新しく作ったんでしょ？こんな勝手なこと書くと
Yay, fake news.
ニックネーム以外には全然情報がないね。匿名アカウントよ。
あんな奴らいちいち気にしなくてもいいですよ。頭が痛くなるだけです。皆さんそんな立場なんですから。
Sail shrugged his shoulders after a brief stare.
ベリスタの視聴率は知ってますよね。顔も名前も知られてるんですよ。もうその辺の一般人じゃないってことです。まだ正式デビューもしてないし、事務所のマネジメントも受けてないけど、
Sail stared at Ina.
才能や魅力を世界に知らしめたとか、人格はめちゃくちゃだけど、うんと人脈がある。
おい、どこ見てんだよ。
Because that's what you are. Kissing in Sail's eyes met. Sail looked away.
とにかくほぼタレント、つまり有名人なんですよ。関心、妬み、そして応援、非難。
You had quite a
反応
bountiful
は人
dinner.
それぞれです。
Ooh.
有名人はいいよ。こんな状況であんなことまで気にしな
Are
きゃ
they
いけない
gonna kiss? No, I don't think they will. I would never choose these options. I would never choose these options.
傍観してろってことか。
0-10, they didn't kiss. No, they don't really like each other.
なんか一言言ってやった方が。
That's why I want to go to the bar.
いくらなんでも死んだ人になりすますなんて。
Just fetched dinner myself when Mishamina reheated lunch leftovers.
ぶっ殺して。
Sail swung his hand in the air.
待ってください。シャベッターで炎上が起きたからって同じ行動するんですか？
田中プロデューサーが死んだことは私たちとスタッフ、救助隊しか知らないはずよ。じゃああいつは何？
You say they don't really like each other. I hear enemies to lovers and slow burn. Listen, I love that as much as any person. But in this case,
事故は起きたし、田中プロデ
they
ューサー
really
は
don't
行
get
方不明
along.
だからね。
Then it's not even a case of slow burn anymore. Ji-young wiped the beads of sweat from her forehead with the back of her hand.
帰りしたら振り回されるわよ。
Yuk sadly looked at Do-yeon.
シェア数に執着して好き勝手に喋ってるアカウントって結構いるんですよ。好き勝手なこと喋ってバレた
You don't
らア
like
カ
how
ウント
Trop
削
is
除して
done most
逃
of
げ
the
る奴ら
time.
なんです。
It can be done well.
いちいち振り回されたらダメだってこと。
でも
Personally, I am a big fan of
T. Yoshieなの?
pretend dating or pretend marriage, and then it turns into them falling in love with each other. It's like, oh, no feelings involved, blah blah blah, and then one of them starts falling for the other, and they think they have no chance. That is something I like a lot.
田中さんは
ひょっとして
You are strongly biased. Okay.
彼女のこと恨んでるのかな。
そういえばプロデューサー変な手紙もらったことあるぜ。今回の撮影の前だと思う。
いきなりその話になるのかよ。
Maybe it's
あ
the
の
same
ニックネームの
person.
せいで思い出したんだよ。
Hyosung claimed that he had seen anonymous blackmail that had been sent to Seungyeon just before the show. It was composed out of magazine clippings. Enemies to rivals, so what the fuck do you even want to? Why'd you make me kill you? Ayo! What game was that in? They didn't react on Faither, but the atmosphere didn't die out. They tried to ignore it, but their eyes were fixed on their watches. They felt restless, stuck at the side of the collapse. They wanted to connect with the outside world somehow. But it was chaotic out there too.
喋った喧嘩になりそうな雰囲気よ。
Without thinking too much, Do-yeon looked at his watch. Langrissa I, Route D, ending. Okay. Oh, Langrissa won. A new troll has arrived, but it's extremely unconvincing telling a lie that someone still alive has died, lol. I saved your post just in case and reported them to the broadcasting station. Just wait to be sued, lol.
外から見ても困惑するだろうな。
やっぱりシェアされてるからって
It is
共感さ
interesting
れて
that
るわ
they
けじゃな
would,
かったのよ。
you know, choose to pretend to be Seungyeon being dead. Out of all people. Everyone look forward to it. The show is not over yet. From now on, the real survival audition will begin. Now introduce the top 5 members to participate in the survival
もう
audition.
一度紹介って何言おうとしてんだ。
5th place, Hyosung Seo. I gave him a lot of support as he has good looks, but he deluded himself into thinking that he is really good. I did everything I could to push Hyesung up in the ranking. I got involved in the editing process and pressured the judges. People say the birds of a feather flock together and that we were similar. That's bullshit. Don't compare me with such a talentless kid.
こいつこっちのことバカにしてんのか
Causing rain of all your faults against you in an effort to give you your dream of a continent united in peace. Damn! Fourth place, Doyon Han. He left the band and gained a lot of popularity, but at the same time he seemed to suffer from people calling him a betrayer. Do you think Doyon and Masquerade were so close with each other? Then I did a great job editing. He called it a false accusation that he was a betrayer, and some fans really believed him. If he thought it was unfair, he should have explained himself or resigned. He's just waiting for the controversy to blow over, but he should act more aggressively to go up in the ranking. Third place, Inao, a cute girl. She has so much talent when compared to Hyesung. Aren't you curious how this talented girl came out of nowhere?
まさか
She hasn't really talked about her past on TV yet, but many people think that's a part of her mysterious concept. Do you think she didn't want to, or that she couldn't talk about it? What's she really like when not on stage?
何これおかしいけど
This feels like this person actually has background info. Like, where are they taking all this from? First place is as always Kyuho Lee. He was born into a rich family, inherited excellent musical talent, and received a good education from his parents. A man truly born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He has talent and works really hard. He received a scholarship from his university. How likely is that for a rich student to get a scholarship intended for lower-income students? I really respect him for his elaborate effort to make the best out of nothing, which includes stealing a precious opportunity from someone else. So another student couldn't receive the scholarship, but that was because they hadn't done their best, right? I do not understand how they keep going with showing first place and then second place. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And here we have Jooyoung. What do you know about her? Remember Beloved, her own team that she destroyed? Or panic attack that occurred when her luck was down, gaining her a lot of sympathy votes. After she left the group, Jooyoung spent her free time working in a cafe as a barista. But just in case you didn't know, coffee is well known to aggravate panic attacks and depression. Her first panic attack occurred when she left her group, but she didn't have any while she was serving coffee as a barista, and then it came back on stage when she was in trouble. Interesting. That's about it. This wraps up today's introduction of the top 5 contestants. Please look forward to seeing the real survival show, and don't forget to vote. The top 5 contestants are showing no remorse and talking mindlessly without knowing that they're trapped there for punishment. They left me to die, but they will pretend as if nothing bad happened after they rescued and continue to deceive their fans. I'm sorry, but I won't let it happen. You will pay for what you've done. I'm always with you. Even right now, I'm watching every one of you. Maybe it is a career thing with placements. I have no clue. Anyway, it's bullshit.
よくもそんなこと勝手なこと言いやがって。
こりゃ黙っている場合じゃねえぜ。
Hyesung gritted his teeth, but his face was pale.
漏れたのよ身元調査をしたって噂あったでしょきっとそれが漏れて
A rumor that BSO staff conducted background checks on the contestants beyond the scope of the contract in search of ideas for the show.
何を怯えてんだ。なんか後ろめたいことでもあるのか。どうした。お前も前科あんのか。
Why do you think she has a criminal charge? Ina's eyes widened.
言葉に気をつけてよね犯罪者のくせに
何ムキになってんだ。正解だって認めるのか。
黙れ
待ってください。スタッフと関係者も全員秘密保持の対象なんです。言いふらしたことバレたら訴えられますよ。スタッフは口があってもないようなものです。本当ですよ。
T 教えの投稿曖昧だけど変な感じがする。
Ooh, I like that sprite. He looks really mad.
何も知らないのに適当に書いてる。
Sungyeon is an anonymous Faith account which appeared out of nowhere. The user behind the account was getting lots of shares and influencing the Fader community with offensive remarks. Stories about the contestants that were embarrassing for all of them. There were stories that even contestants like Doyon weren't aware of. Feeling discouraged, Doyon looked towards the rest of the group. Their blank complexions gave away nothing. Were they feeling perplexed by the unexpected exposure of their pasts, or were they frustrated about the lies spreading through the internet?
こうしている場合じゃないぞ。話をしてみないと状況が悪化するだけだ。
You can't help but get specific mood vibes from every character regardless of what mood they're in. Okay, sure, yeah, but... Doyon bit his lower lip. Oh, the save chapter. Thank you so much! Okay, okay. I am finally allowed to go to the options. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, maybe that will help. Whew, maybe that will help. And it won't be as laggy anymore next time. If I ever try to get revenge with the Twitter account in such an event, my plan would fail miserably and get like maybe 10 follows. Right? Every time it's like, oh, it's a completely new account and they go around like, I don't know, sharing all of this, they get big. I don't know how they do that. They didn't even use any hashtags. Rescue operation still on the way. 62 injured and 23 missing. We don't know how many of the contestants were rescued, but the number of missing people is very specific. Where did these stats come from? All the media outlets are reporting a different number of survivors. Which one is correct? Or the rescue team saved everyone already, but hasn't been able to deliver the news because they don't know everyone's names. That's what I'd like to hear. You want normal hair? Okay. No. No. There we go. The show provide accurate information to the rescue team. They didn't even have the member profile info right on the official website. That keeps happening, yeah. Or broadcasting vehicles here, it's damn loud. We'll do its best until everyone's confirmed to be safe and cared for. There's something about the trolls and Fader, will ya? Feel the difference in temperature between he and Bisa's official forum. He looks angry to me. Ina always looks annoyed, Juyung always looks depressed, Sale always looks terrified, somebody in particular despite nobody threatening him, then we just have Mr. I seek to punch a door. Doyan is not always angry, that's literally just his face, but I get what you mean, definitely. I didn't mean anything bad by what I said. I fully understand the rescue team's operations, no problem with that, but what's annoying is the media vehicles crowding the scene trying to interview every person on the spot. That's the auto thingy. We just handed a list of the audience members to the rescue team. We're sorry to have caused you so much anxiety. The rescue team got the list of the stage audience, is now counting the number of survivors. Okay. The broadcasting station is checking the audience list. Seeing the comments posted on Hyesung's official account, he still seems to be trapped there, but I'm not sure. I don't know if he manages his account by himself. He is. We request that BSOS take responsible measures. Please share this post so everyone will know about this accident. BSOS didn't provide a staff list to the rescue team, so they can't possibly know who's missing, who's been rescued. The list of staff members who was working at the time of the accident wasn't finalized yet. It will take some time to identify who's still missing. Resting angry pitbull face. One of my friends was at the B-Star show for a part-time job, but now I can't reach her and I don't know if she's okay. Why aren't there any staff members on the list? Lol, what the fuck? They should be able to make a list of the staff easily by looking at their employment contracts. I don't understand why it's delayed. If that's true, it means that they didn't use employment contracts to hire temporary employees, really? That means they don't even know how many are trapped inside. Yeah, he does look low-key angry. It's okay, I love him. It might be true that they couldn't identify all staff members. I heard that they hired so many temporary workers after suddenly increasing the number of audience. In-house Autobot. Is everyone in shock at such a crazy and huge accident? I know how much you are worrying about the contestants. The good news is our lovely Jung is still alive and so are the others. Still lost. Look how he cares for Jung in the middle of his mayhem. Lol. Skipping his own spot without hesitation. Who is this? The B-Star's official account. I feel like whatever they chose to like auto-translate these parts, that's where we get the problem from. That it says like he's still lost. Or like he's skipping Hyesung's post when this is pretty much the official count, so it would have needed to be translated differently in English, but I'm guessing they used some kind of auto-translation, like a machine translation for lots of parts of the game and then didn't bother to fix it. We've been receiving tons of messages asking about the show. We're not sure about the future of the show, but since there's so many of you expressing your support, surely we can end like this, right? Thank you for your continued interest in our show. That's stupid. The company seems to be more concerned with the timing of when to resume the show when it didn't even take control of the situation. Some criticize them for that, while some seem to understand them. Can you please just shut up? Someone's fans are encouraging voting and others stimulating it even more. Come on, this is not the time for marketing. Can't you learn from your past? We do need to get things straight, but this will only backfire. Probably seeking ways to make a comeback. Oh, that's a great username. I'm such a fool. Beastars is terrible at managing part-timers. They even let a part-timer manage the official website and fired him as he made some profile errors. When secret photos of the contestants were shared, the rumors had it that one of the part-timers did it, but Beastars just dismissed the rumor. They should have dealt with him earlier. I don't know how he was in high school, but he was a good student in middle school. I'm not trying to blindly defend Hyesung. I don't have all the details. Aww! That's cute. That's a cute picture. His middle school friend stood up for Hyesung. He was not that close to Hyesung, but was sure that he didn't use violence or extort money out of classmates. Hyesung was an attention seeker. He's been doing all kinds of crazy things to get our attention. He beat up classmates and extorted money, so all students avoided him. Ooh. One of Hyesung's high school friends said that he was violent and extorted money out of his classmates, so everyone avoided him. Why was I scared by Hyesung? He was insane. I didn't want to deal with an insane person. An hour and a half passed since the accident, but they failed to identify who was alive or not and still have no idea when they will be rescued. Perfect. And then the weird anonymous post starts showing up. An anonymous account using the name of Sungyun has appeared on Fader. It's attracting attention by spreading salacious rumors. What the fuck kind of word is that? Found this on a random internet search. Is that the Prodigy's official account? I saw it too when it appeared as one of the most viewed posts. I've never heard of Sungyun Shin using Fader before. If she really had an official account, it would have already exploded from all her haters' criticism. So what is this? A new type of troll? Already dead. What? What the heck is that? Knock it off. So annoying. B says is all anyone's talking about. Don't fall for the troll. I've reported the fake account of Sungyun Shin, but I don't think they will deal with it quickly. A new troll has arrived, but it's extremely unconvincing, telling a lie that someone still alive has died. How many shares on that fake post? Ugh, Hyesung the Manhunter Jo-young Run are doing a comedy show on Fader, and now a troll has appeared. Is that fun? All of my Fader friends do not share such troll-baiting comments. Great concept, lol. Salacious, having or conveying undue or inappropriate interest in sex. What? That doesn't even make sense then! Sungyun claimed that Sungyun had favored Hyesung in every way. The Sungyun account claimed it. It's just a crazy account. I've seen so many sarcastic comments about Hyesung surviving so long despite such poor ability, but was there another scandal besides the assault thing? I think the history of school violence was enacted rather than covered. If they really wanted to cover the scandal, his ranking wouldn't have been affected. Rather, it would be right to think that they tried to lower other contestants' ranking for Gyuhyuk. I'm reading those comments on the timeline, but they're nothing new. Everyone knows that the producer gives special treatment to Hyesung. Well, where did all those facts come from? No idea who it is, but I guess I definitely know all about Do-yeon. Maybe it's Sungyun Shin herself, lol. All of the audience saw him so spaced out and lazy after the accident occurred during the finals. I find it so funny for him to act like he's mourning Sungyun so seriously now. Aww. Hyesung looked lost on TV. Some claimed he looked shocked after news of his prior school violence broke. Okay. What's this one? I've been checking Fader and a rumor spreading that Masquerade had been having a serious inner conflict even before you left. Is that about you and Woo-seok, or are you just saying it after watching a B-Stars episode? Maybe knew about the incident where they failed to make the record. Maybe this one. It was true that there had been lots of conflicts. Maybe they knew about the incident where we spoiled the record deal. Not that many people know about that. You don't think Woo-seok has been telling people, right? You're still arguing with your fans of Fader. What's he trying to pull? If there's some truth to Sungyun's story, things could get worse. Okay. What else? Sungyun raised the question of why the staff was not revealing Ina's past. They assumed that there must be something fishy in her past. Scandalous would be more the word. Yeah, right? There's a reason why Ina is called the rumor generator. It's not part of her show concept. That's just what her fans claim. Why doesn't she explain herself about all those rumors? Because the rumors are true. We don't know where she was born, where she went to school, what her real name is, or even what her real personality is like. Hyesung blamed her for that after the team mission ended. I mean, listen, she's just on a survival show. There's no need for you to know where she was born or where she went to school. That is weird. Sungyun claimed that Gyuhyuk had unfairly taken away the scholarship opportunity from a needy student. There are no records of Gyu receiving a scholarship. Then what illegal scholarships are you talking about? Don't cook up a lie. I'm totally pissed off. Is it Hyesung or Doyeon trying to affect the popularity vote? Do you really think I have time for this right now? To make a fake Father post? Don't try to delete comments or run away. I've captured the posts already to send them to the broadcasting station B-Stars. Alright, that's a bot. That's all of them sharing the stuff. Sungin pointed out that Jooyoung enjoyed coffee as a barista after leaving her group. They didn't forget to point out that coffee and panic attacks didn't mix well. Was it all a show? Making a fuss on the stage, I knew it. She was doing all those things to get more votes. Pathetic. Wow. Ooh. She doesn't look good. When Jooyoung showed symptoms of panic attacks during the show, many people suspected her of faking it to win sympathy votes. There's still people buried under the fallen building and they can see those comments too. Don't lie about someone dying or impersonate someone or spread false rumors. She really fainted during the rival mission. She hasn't pretended to suffer from panic attacks. Don't be so mean, it's too much for her. I feel like the raid with mask on person is the only one here who's like genuinely understanding and nice. I knew that, lol. A fool can tell a lie. I heard she took a barista course and worked at a cafe. Panic attacks can't be real. I don't... do you know any... No, you don't. You don't know anything. Scholarships are supposed to go to needy students. How could it go to a student from such a rich family? Unless it was totally illegal. Contestants with the lower ranks say what? Hyesung and Doyeon look incredibly stupid and the fans do too. Okay. Oh, you WBS and B-Stars guys, you've done something wrong? Why remain all silent again when a troll runs amok on Father? Don't fall for internet trolls. Songyeon is spreading false rumors and time out of hearing the same criticism, he gained attention to the great challenge. Thank you. Host in person on the equivalent of Twitter? You gotta be lying. That can't be real. Thank you. This happens all the time, don't worry about me. So sad to hear that it happens all the time. You got more screen time because you got good reviews and didn't cause any controversies. I didn't expect to get attention like this. I guess some people still believe me. Yay, my sanity got up. Nice. Okay, I think we have everything. We are going to... No, wrong button. We are going to call Hyesung again. Thank you for the 100 time. And the pad. Hi, I know you're standing right next to... Oh my god! Jesus Christ, dude! Well, what the fuck do you want me to do?
痛い目に合わせる方法はないのか。
誰なのかもわからない状態だろ。
ずっと喋ってりゃいずれバレるだろうな。人を選んで喧嘩を売らないと。
Thank you for the pet. 700.
まったく。
その気合でここを出るまでなんとか持ちこたえよ。
気合と言ったら俺が一番だよな。とにかく尻尾掴んだら見てろよ。
無理はするな。まずは俺たちの状況が。
考えすぎてたらここを出る頃には俺たち
It's okay.
ダメになるぜ。
We can get out of here.
俺が何するか見物でもしてろよ。
77 to go for one lucky new. Alright, let's see. We have so many things to talk about. Sympathy votes from a story. It was often discussed on the show after they showed the footage of her panic attacks. Her life isn't defined by it. It's not like she was having panic attacks just for the camera, you know? Ina's blue eyes quivered. They pressured her with the cameras up to the point where she couldn't hold it anymore. Yeah, she tried her best to avoid it. What I saw back then couldn't be fake. I was at a loss. I didn't know about her medical condition until then. To be honest, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know anything about the panic attacks after that point. Of course, I was so scared. I ran up to her because I thought she fainted. It was all captured on camera. Not all of it. They got rid of me while editing the footage. The whole thing was designed by Songyeon. I'm sure everyone knew by the time it was over that it was her intention to broadcast it.
とにかく
Anyhow, June's seizure was as real as it could get. A seizure and a panic attack are not the same thing, but I'll take it. The production crew pressured her a lot in order to trigger a panic attack. I couldn't believe they were forcing her like that so openly. June tried to hide it. It must have been shameful for her. June was known to suffer from panic attacks after she left Beloved. She still receives treatment. She had hoped to maintain her privacy during the show. Alright. What is it? Sungyeon? W Sungyeon? What on earth are they saying after appearing out of nowhere? Panic attacks can manifest in the form of seizures, but they don't normally do. Yeah. It's just, you know, how they kept saying panic attacks and then suddenly they use the word seizure. It just doesn't add up. It's like, choose one of the two to describe it? Maybe? Looks like they're waiting for a response after laying the bait. They must think the entire Fader community is a playground. What a jerk. Ina tossed her hair back. Why was I the only one excluded from the background check? There's no reason. If they thought my past was interesting, they would have picked me clean already. That's true, that's what they did to the others.
なんで
Are you curious too? As to why I was the only one that didn't?
それは
I guess there's a reason for it.
でしょ
Exactly! If they say nothing, that's because there's nothing to say. Just let it slide. Little is known about Ina's past when compared to other contestants. As a result, there's a lot of speculation surrounding her.
もう
You've overeaten a bit. I feel so crappy. They're just blabbering nonsense. I'm impressed to see someone stepping forward to defend Hyesung. Wow.
そうだろ
I think he really is a school friend since he validated himself with the yearbook.
だとすると
I would believe him considering his efforts.
あのさ
He said Hyesung would never get involved in assault or extortion.
ね
Hyesung caused trouble when he was in high school, but that guy was his classmate in middle school.
そうだ
Do
け
you
ど
even know how much a person could change in a couple of years? You'll be amazed.
それは
That's true, but...
何
Well, I wish I could believe that.
だけど
But
さ
when I see him, the thought just disappears. Ina stopped talking and sighed. I mean, to be fair, with how Hyesung is acting, I would also be... It would be a little hard to believe whether he really didn't do anything wrong. Something feels sad. An old friend who's willing to side with him? I'm surprised.
あの
You must have some old friends too, right?
それは
I wanted a warm friendship. I guess you didn't have many friends.
違うし
Don't analyze me. I just kept some distance and I had a good reason to do that. She refrains from sharing her school life. She had few friends, distancing herself from people. She said she had every reason to do so.
え
What good reason?
ね
Stop trying to cut in. I'm done talking. Well, maybe on this topic, but I have more topics to talk about, so you're not done talking actually. Maha. Yes, nobody expected this would happen, but still. The stage came down, we have a dead person at hand, although we haven't heard any news about it.
やっぱり
They don't even know what to talk about first.
そうじゃないと思
I
う
wish I could be forgiving, but this is just pathetic. It's like they don't know the seriousness of the situation. Ina lowered her watch after briefly looking at it. Checking it just makes me feel frustrated. Good grief. Confusion is increasing everywhere. They're crossing a line. This is too much. It's pandemonium in and out. Yay!
そうなの
I guess this is infuriating even for a noble person like yourself.
間違って
Noble. That's not the word that best describes me.
あれ
I thought you were such a noble person because I saw you looking dumb as usual even when people called you a betrayer. Hey! Hey! Ina crossed her arms and wiggled her index finger.
あのさ
For those in here, getting rescued is a top priority. We shouldn't fall for his games.
そうでしょ
Right, but if the response continues, people, they could get affected.
例えば
They won't recognize the seriousness of the situation and will try to find amusement from it.
だとしたら
And that will cause someone to act like a bull in a china shop.
もしかして
Are you talking about Hyesung?
そうね
Yeah, you saw his vain efforts, right? And we also have jokes like Sungyeon crawling out from God knows where. Do you think this kind of atmosphere will continue? I can understand there's no command center at the moment, but that's not something you'd expect from the official account. Was that a translation or was she throwing shade? Right? It's like... Maybe she wanted to say like, oh, I saw you looking as indifferent as always, but I saw you looking as dumb as usual. Like, ow. What are they going to do about this disorderly atmosphere, huh? Nothing. The inappropriate and vague response to the accident by the company resulted in more confusion to the media, viewers, contestants watching for a chance, and a malicious and anonymous user. Right, okay. Next person. This one. A person with panic attacks who enjoys coffee. Isn't that like a vegan that likes beef? It really isn't. You can... I know a lot of people who enjoy coffee. But okay. It's just an allegation without detail. That's some love right there. The world is unfair. How can anyone call this guy a betrayer? He's like the softest guy I've ever seen. Why are you changing the subject? Hirsun crossed his arms and straightened himself up. Can't you look at it this way? She could pretend to be having a panic attack when the chips are down. Are you saying she's lying? It's just an assumption. I never said she was lying. How is this raising our record? It's a reasonable doubt. Yu-jung worked as a barista and enjoys coffee, but she also suffers from panic attacks. Things don't add up, do they? I really don't see where the problem with her liking coffee is. But we saw somehow fail to capture this inconsistency. Or maybe they ignored it because it didn't go well with the character. I really don't get the problem with her liking coffee. As the saying goes, even a broken clock is right twice a day. He just likes being bullied or some shit. He's a masochist, actually. That's why his friendship keeps going up. Ina was the only one who didn't get her past exposed. Do you approve of Sungyeon's opinion? You hurt my feelings. But what they said about Ina is true enough. They would have showed it if there were anything interesting. You feel a little better. Probably because there was nothing. If something came up, she would have revealed it already. You know only one side of the story. If you take everything out from the gift package, the children will lose interest. Is that a directly translated saying? No, you have to take the gifts out one at a time to get the excitement going. Are you saying there's still gifts in a package? Hisung frantically scratched his head. I'm just guessing, okay? We only know that she's at least 20 and that she did some dancing in the past. Do you really think that's the only thing they found out about her past? What about us? They even had the mistakes we made when we were in junior high or high school. That didn't come out in the show. It's not just me, I'm speaking on behalf of everyone else. You know we all get picked clean by the show. Anyhow, Sungyeon gave her a pass, that's probably what happened. The show covered Ina's life only up to the point of her crew years. Her life story before that was never mentioned. Other people found it odd. What else do we have? Oh my god. It's true I spaced out during the training for the finals, but it is actually because of the history of school violence. Although it wasn't the only reason. Was there another reason? Of course, I'm such a delicate person. Around that time I had a serious issue at hand. Hisung doesn't remember how he got through the training for the finals. There seems to be something other than the scandal, but he's keeping his mouth shut. Shoot, now I'm not sure if I should tell it or not. Hisung carefully chose his words. No, I'm not telling. Why waste time if you're not going to do it anyway? It was loading. Any problem with that? How can you ever comprehend my delicate heart? Still can't get the hang of it. I begin to talk when the time comes. Bro, The translation is fucking killing me. I know what they're trying to say, but with every word I read out loud, I'm like, what? This one is actually going to lower our friendship with him, but we unlocked something, so I'm gonna do it. It was an excellent topic for the gossips. They just couldn't get enough. The editing team was favorable towards you up until the incident broke out. Okay, I admit it. It's because I'm cute. Heesun raised his hands, gesturing, so what?
Yeah.
That's not what I like mentally mature women, and they like me too. Everyone thinks I'm independent, but I rely quite a lot on my girlfriend. You have a girlfriend? I feel sorry for her. It just didn't work out well with younger girls in my case, no matter how hard I tried. Hyesung suddenly changed the subject and said he prefers older women. He didn't like young girls because they were too clingy. What the fuck? Wait, so what you're telling me is you had something with Sungyeon? Sungyeon would count as an older woman. What's with the sudden transition of topic? What do you want me to talk about? Just stick to the topic of that lunatic on Father? Hyesung let out a deep sigh. Do you even know how sad this is? You mean your off-topic story? Don't you know how to empathize with others? No. You went too far with your assumption. There was something that completely overlapped with this topic. What? How would... What about this one? It's bullshit. He claims to be your high school friend. Who cares? Now that you're done with framing me, you're beginning to beat up on me. To beat up on you? What? Hyesung quietly swore with his teeth clenched. His jaw began to tremble. I guess he wasn't a school friend after all. I think he is. Considering the mess he created, I get the feeling. He was infuriated with the fatal post, which disclosed his high school life. Still, he admitted that it was actually written by his high school friend. It's an to beat up on someone? I know gang up on someone, but beat up? It contained words like violence or extortion. Hyesung's gaze turned to Doyeon. That's what I mean. Then you're... Are you asking me if I admit it? You were going to do it your way anyway. If you respond to anything in any way, then you're involved with them. School friends? What a precious friendship. It's not the way to put it. Yeah? Wait. Defense. Yeah, never mind. I know you like mature women, just hear me out here. Have you met my friend Sid? No! No! It turns out that Mr. Seo didn't totally waste his life. Who the fuck is Mr. Seo? He even posted a picture of his high school yearbook to prove that he went to the same middle school as you. You saw the photo, right? Cute, huh? Looking like a chestnut. Hyesung glanced at Doyeon. Some say I'm a bully or criminal, and some say I'm not that type of person. So talkative when I'm locked up in here. Which one is the real you? Sounds like a riddle. Are you a philosopher or something? Hyesung stood up straight after surveying the ruin. So what are you up to? What other people say about you? Is that so important? What's important is how you perceive yourself. I just don't know the real truth. How you see yourself is important. Other people judge me only for my looks and what they hear. Take positive comments with pleasure and ignore bad comments. You think so? I guess it is, right? Exactly. I don't care what other people think of me. Hyesung unknowingly took a step forward. Like, he says that, but he very much cares about the public opinion of people on Favor, so... You seem to care, though. I went too far. Hyesung moved back again. Well, I'm just telling you my resolve. He argues that he cares more about what he thinks of himself than what other people say about him. However, he's very much affected by other people's words. I don't care what other people say. Do you? We're still good friends with him though. Okay, what do you have to say?
それが
Are you talking about the black man? I am. A cap. Did it actually happen? Sale scratched his head.
実は
It's true she received blackmail. The sender cut letters from magazines and pasted them on paper. Well, she'd done a lot of things in the past, but this was new for her. But as you know, this one was very controversial. She received anonymous blackmail right after the finals began. She had done many things in the past, but it was the first time she received blackmail.
お分かりですか
You know, about the rankings, how many minutes of footage, song selection, people complain about all kinds of things. It's got nothing to do with the collapse of Songyang. I got carried away and said something stupid earlier.
でも
But if it was blackmail about the
相
show,
葉さん
do you think about it? What would you do if you received blackmail? I would ignore it, I guess. Shouldn't fall for it by reacting to it.
そうだろうな
She had no choice but to ignore it. Running wildly would only prove that she had fallen for it. Maybe that's what the sender wanted to see. Sei slowly nodded after staring at him for a moment.
そうですよ
That's the show's official stance towards threats and blackmail. You said Ina received a letter from an unknown source, right? The production crew responded in a similar way.
それは
She told me herself the wording was a bit different.
それは
Popularity or not, she just went, but it was the same reason after all. What is that even supposed to mean? I don't think there was any
つ
reaction.
まり
If she appears to be in a rush, it will just make the sender happy. She needs to come out looking sharp as usual so as to show this action had no effect on her whatsoever. That's why Songyang ignored it. Are you saying it's irrelevant to the fate that Kanan's been acting out? I believe so. Stella confirmed that the blackmail Songyang received was composed by cutting and pasting letters from print media. Print media? Wow!
それが
Background checks.
もしかして
You guys conducted them, right? Still filled with the backstrap.
でも
But contestants told us just wasn't enough. Why is that?
それは
They tend to massage the stories to make themselves look better and that wasn't enough info. Massage? For example, Hyesung didn't mention anything about his criminal record. How far did you investigate? Sale's eyes quivered for a second.
実は
We didn't do it directly.
そうってこと
That means
そうですよ
we hired agencies. She made it this far by carefully walking the line of legality. Despite her success, public opinion about her was mixed. You left it up to outside organizations? We had too much work with little time. Wow. Because the info provided by the contestants could have been distorted, the show collected more data using other methods. Since the show staff was already so busy, they hired background check agencies to carry out the work. That doesn't sound legal. It was really preposterous in the beginning of the finals.
そうだな
Hyesung looked distracted.
そうですけど
I guess it's understandable when the camera isn't rolling, but still. Should have at least pretended to concentrate once it
あり
started.
えないですよ
He lacks backbone.
そうだったな
Most people thought it was because of the scandal.
そうなんですっ
That
て
sounds reasonable. Even if it wasn't, it was still unprofessional. Do you even know how many staff members were standing in front of him?
もし
Did they also mention it?
そうですよ
Of course, I was being treated like an invisible man. I'm sure he would have lost whatever favorable impression he had left. Depending on the contract, it may still have been. That's how predatory contracts can be in the showbiz. Oh yeah, I mean, we already know that in these contracts they couldn't like say anything against what they were doing. Like they just put their life on the line there, basically. Like no matter what they would air on the show, they would have to accept it. Which is not a contract you should sign if you read about it. Like, oh yeah, we could do whatever we want. Like, hello? Playing favorites. That came up sometime after the preliminaries.
そうだったな
I'm not just talking about the amount of screen time given to Hyesung. They didn't take any action even after the exposure of his past.
それは
There were too many people during the preliminaries. The production crew tends to focus on the contestants who stand out.
認めます
Well, there's something I should admit.
そうか
Admit what? I can't deny the fact that the show was favorable towards Hyesung. Oh? But why?
あのさ、
But why Hyesung? Out of so many fine contestants.
だからです。
That's what I'm saying. Why Hyesung out of all those contestants? Well, she deserves just such a piece of blackmail, but let's move on to the next topic. Sale bit on his lip. They should have checked the background first before backing him up.
ありえないですよ。
I didn't get it in the first place. There was a weird romance scandal right after the preliminaries, right? But at the time the girl took all the blame and was eliminated.
わかった。
Yeah, I remember. But he didn't get any favors after the past of his school violence was revealed.
ということは、
That's when we realized that he was a ticking bomb. I felt like you guys were neglecting him. Everything has its reaction, so we neglected him as much as we backed him up before. He should have nothing to say even if we kick him out the door. Oh, Sale said that Songyun deserved blackmail for her favoritism towards Hyesung, but the exposure of Hyesung's violent past made her abandon her favoritism. Can't say I understand what the random romance thingy has to say about this, but okay. What about this one?
まだですよ。
They still haven't confirmed the number of staff.
そうだったけど、
I thought it would be quicker than counting the audience.
なんでですか？
Why?
それは
Because they all worked here. Seal stared at Doyen for a moment.
相葉さん、
Could you put a bit more thought into it? About why there's a delay in confirming the list of the staff survivors?
はい。
Yes. Do you know why the things are going the way they are? No? As to why checking the list of staff survivors is still not completed, I don't know why, no. That rhymed. I'm not sure, to be honest.
本当ですか？
You don't know? Are you serious? I'm sorry, this is my honest answer. Doyen stood awkwardly and Sale nodded.
そうですね。
You didn't have to know about it since you're one of the contestants. I might have been offended if you lied about it.
そんなところで
The
す。
different types of staff members, we have temps and some workers from partner companies. It's not as systematic as checking the audience when they enter. I see.
So-
I didn't know. It's just how it is around here. It's just that I feel bitter about how they treat the staff. It's easy to check the number of survivors from the audience, but more difficult for the staff because the exact number of temps and subcontractors isn't clearly known. In a company, company that would work, you know, like you should, it should be easy though to check who's working and stuff. But okay.
ありえないですよ。
How can I welcome him after what he's been doing? It's not much different from what was being said after the
いわ
incident.
ば
We could interpret this as more testimonies coming out. Everything is pointing to one thing, so it must be true. Oh, wanna see how I can scare you with 2 words? Oh no. Do I? Of course, there's no need for conspiracy theory, but the evidence is there. Sale began to count on his fingers. 5,000 points? Oh. Oh. There's a testimony. He really got kicked out of his high school. The criminal record came out.
正解で
It's
すよ。
pretty obvious.
わかった。
Okay, that's enough. Anyway, it would be difficult to say it isn't true. Sure. What else do we have?
そう思います。
Actually, 4,800, I want you to know I'm onto you. Okay. Feel threatened. Okay, I'm feeling threatened. You sound intrigued, not afraid. No, I feel extremely threatened. I am scared for my life right now. They're done counting the audience survivors. They count every one of them when they enter the building. Seal sat at the other side of the stage with a somber look on his face. I'm just hoping nobody dies until this is over. Although it might be too late now.
大丈夫。
Don't worry, everything's going to be alright. And we'll make it out of here safely.
わかりました。
I should hope so for him to endure this. Winding up the matter for responsibility, I can't think about those right now. Although there's only so much I can do as a low-level staff
あ
member.
のさ、
We need to focus on keeping ourselves safe for now.
はい。
Yeah, I agree. We need to get out of here first. Outsourcing.
そして
We don't work with the agencies anymore.
Eh?
Did you gather enough info?
いえ
No, there was an issue. Hyesung, for example, it was ridiculous. The staff began to complain because one of the agencies was making too many
そうで
mistakes.
すよ
We didn't even pay off the entire balance because it was their fault. What? Wouldn't they have... Yeah, wouldn't they have sued you?
それなら
Didn't the agency file a suit? If you didn't pay the balance, you violated the contract, right?
はい
Well, they had redeemed, so I wonder if there's a way to find how many spent over time. Oh, maybe. Maybe. I would have to look into that. I'm surprised you would ask me that. There were conditions when we signed the contract.
そう思います
Both sides had to take responsibility for the mistakes they made, and there was also a clause concerning confidentiality.
そうってことは
So you just called it a day? Happy with the previous payments?
ということは
If there's a dispute, the agency has to refund the full amount. It's pretty serious if the agency was hired.
そうですけど
It was also stated in contract for contestants. Entrust the show with the decision and don't hold each other responsible for incidents that happened during the show. That's unfair though.
どうしてもですね
So we needed the ingredients. I know it could be a very controversial issue, but I think it was necessary even for the show. It was necessary. I can't believe I'm arguing Sung inside right now. I guess I began to resemble her as much as I hated her. Sale hated the producer, who always looked down on him, but ironically, he liked her way of doing things. He said he took after her in some ways while still hating her.
つまり
Anyway, as you said, we just ignored it. That's how we got this far. Contracts with background check agencies were terminated after some controversy surrounding Hyesung's past, but confidentiality clauses will likely keep the agencies quiet. Well, lucky for B-stars then. What do you have to say?
どうして
They appeared out of nowhere and started stirring things up. You can tell they're trying to create commotion just by looking at the username.
一体
Why did they have to come out at a time like this?
もしかしたら
That's the wrong question. They came out now precisely because it's a time like this. If they're not worried about getting embarrassed or criticized, this is likely the best timing. Why would they get embarrassed? Nobody can figure out who they are in the first place.
そうだ
Right, they have nothing to lose. We have to put up with it. They're out of anyone's control.
な俺は
You just have to endure it. They're out of control.
あ
I agree, although I'm really pissed off. If we take action, we're falling for their trick. People will think we're pathetic for arguing a favor while being stuck down here.
もし
Hyesung might go at it with them. I hope not. Hyesung was on the other side nervously jerking his feet. I don't think he behaved rashly since there was an incident earlier when he used Feather. It's inevitable that people like Sungyeon are acting up in chaos like this. Since the response from the show is naive and hesitant, the mass media gets overheated and people get excited. We get contestants like Hyesung aiming to rebound, and we also get anonymous accounts seeking attention. Are you saying we're in a situation where troublemakers can't be avoided? We just have to wait for the situation to sort itself out so that troublemakers will disappear. Meh.
ひょっとして
What do you think on Feather?
俺は
He just recorded what had been controversial.
そうだ
Yes, regardless of the truth surrounding Hyesung's incident. Right now, even a tiny bit of blame would hurt him deep. There were all kinds of issues and it was inevitable. You ignored it after giving a sigh. And Sungyeon appeared. It's gaining more attention because of our current situation. While in here, we're all helpless. Okay, and where is it? The audiences.
それでも
I think they're almost done checking the audience.
分かった
I know it could have been a disaster, but they're still checking the stuff.
それは
I think it's more complicated. It doesn't seem logical though. As for the show, the staff is supposed to be the family, right? Are you just saying they should take care of the family first? No, not always. Should families take care of their own first? Some families are worse than others.
違うんじゃないか
Not always. Their family is worse than strangers.
そうだよ
That's true.
正直
It's probably a good thing now, but nobody came here. I'm no different, but you're in a different situation. Because I was a disgrace to my father's family. Excuse me? Hugh shook his head weakly. You heard the interview, right? He said he was ashamed to have 2 jokers in the family and just hung up.
わかった
It was too much. Was that really necessary?
違うよ
He wasn't pretending to be mean. That's just how he thought. No one from his family came to the venue to see his performance. When the staff visited his uncle, he complained that his family had produced 2 jokers. I didn't mean to talk about family. Dylan felt awkward after hearing Yuke's downcast voice.
わかるだろ
Eating together makes you family, I guess. All masquerade members thought we were family.
そうかもな
I know one thing, that they were inattentive towards people they worked with.
やっぱり
The number of audience gets checked accurately as they enter the building, but the staff includes part-timers and contract workers. Treated them like disposable tools. Now that I'm in this mess, I can see it more clearly. I wish they would hurry up and confirm the staff list too. Yeah, that would be nice. Alright, let's talk about how people think you're faking your panic attacks. That's definitely a good idea.
そうよ
I've been hearing it all the time ever since that day.
そうなんですか
You mean the day it was aired on Beastars?
それが
Even before that. I sent my medical records to the agency after leaving Beloved.
結局
I got a similar response. Don't lie. June quietly shook her head.
そうだけど
But my body can't lie, and it was officially confirmed by the doctor. It's not like I'm having panic attacks 24/7. Doyen nodded. The occasional compulsive disorder and hyperventilation, the anticipatory anxiety caused by the anxiety disorder. Other than that, Jung was pretty stable. Jung is usually calm, but sometimes becomes compulsive and hyperventilates. These can be symptoms of anxiety, including panic attacks. Sometimes I had to wonder if I was telling a lie because everyone else said I was lying.
あの
It
時
was difficult in the beginning. I hid myself because I was having a difficult time. Then people said I ran away because I got caught lying.
それなら
What about after joining the show? It wasn't much different, right?
それは
People can say what they want because they're not me. I can't blame them for not understanding me, for not being able to read my mind.
間違いないわ
Nothing would have changed even if I openly argued my innocence back then or even now.
そうってことは
Do you think you grew up, or did you just give up?
さあ
I think I gave up while growing up. Evaluating my own decision is still hard. Okay. They found the right time to post around this rumor.
結局
I think they're trying to talk about
分か
your...
ってる
I know. June dropped her head and paused for a moment. I did work as a barista. I didn't think it was necessary to mention it during the interview, and I just let it slide because the show didn't talk about it either. Coffee? Yeah, I like drinking coffee. They always rank over the past. Why didn't the show cover it? Why didn't the show talk about this? It's been exposing all the other matters from the past.
さあ
Well, only Songhyun knows the answer. And she's dead!
でも
I'm surprised you didn't ask.
え
Huh? About what?
それが
I thought you'd ask me about how coffee and panic attacks don't go together.
それは
It's, people tend to ask me first because many people know about it.
私は
I've been enjoying coffee since before I started having panic attacks. I hadn't worked for a long time after leaving Beloved, so I decided to work at a cafe when a job was offered to me. Doyen wanted to point out that it was different from the relationship between coffee and panic attacks, but he decided to change the subject, excuse me. Doyen worked as a barista while taking time off and revealed that she's a coffee lover. Her haters claimed that she was a phony trying to get more votes because coffee aggravates panic attacks.
もし
You said it had been a long time, but still no one recognized you? Sometimes people ask me if I was Joyoung from Beloved, and I said no. I told them they were mistaken. Are you saying you pretended to be someone else?
そう
I even asked the manager to give me a different name tag. No matter how much time went by, people continued to criticize me, so I wanted to deny myself.
だけど
But I guess I couldn't fool everyone. Since it's resurfacing like this. It is true that Joyoung worked as a barista a long time after she had left Beloved. She even wore a name card with a pseudonym to hide her identity. Okay, and this one.
一体
I can't believe they're attacking her with that.
そうです。
It's true that it didn't mess with Ina's past, but it was different from getting favored or covered by the show. They didn't hesitate to exaggerate things or criticize her. But it must have been a different issue, though. Ina was standing on the other side, Juyun turned back after staring at her for a while.
確かに
As for the rest, there's something that catches your attention. You're masquerade.
私は
I'm beloved. The group got disbanded and the company went bankrupt. I know it must have been hard for you, but it's your fault. Isn't that a cliche? Beloved disbanded after she left the group. The agency, which had been in financial trouble, was also forced to close. Many people acknowledged that she had suffered, but still felt her actions unwarranted. Gyuk has Byung-hee Lee's fame behind him. Hyesung has an issue concerning his school days, which is a minus for him. But as for Ina, they had nothing to talk about.
合ってます。
She never told me about her past. It's ridiculous to doubt her for something that wasn't mentioned in the show.
間違いないわ
Maybe that was the intention, to make people believe that there is something. That's Sung-young's intention. It's like, we're missing a point. I forgot to ask them something. Fuck. We need a 9th key point. What the fuck am I missing? Did I say everything I wanted to say to you? I didn't. Haha.
やっぱり
You saw how the guys got attacked. There's a similar logic. Planting a seed of suspicion in the ground of truth that's either been revealed or speculated on. Truth and suspicion.
そうなんですか。
The National University you graduated from doesn't it offer all kinds of scholarships? Maybe they just wrote whatever they could think of.
私の考えは
This is pretty clear compared to other rumors. Or he could just deny... Demanding answers is also coercion. It's his decision whether to answer or not.
それは
It's up to Gyuhook to decide whether to give an answer. You wouldn't even feel the need to explain yourself if you're so innocent.
そう
Right, he should do that when he feels like it.
私は
Without even knowing it, I spoke like a beast out of Stafford. You can just say no whether it's true or not. To speak about myself, my own will must... Juyung mumbled to himself while staring in one direction.
なぜかしら
What do you think Gyuhook is thinking now? If people start to believe it, it will be accepted as corruption or dirty play. Considering his personality, he probably let the blabber
間
on.
違いないわ
Sung-young was obviously waiting for very specific responses. They were hostile to Gyuhook for depriving someone else of a scholarship when he himself wasn't experiencing financial hardship. Someone disclosed Gyuhook's unfair receipt of a scholarship. He faced severe criticism that he stole the scholarship from a Pew student when he's already rich.
はい。
The attendant response can already be felt.
そうだけど
But there must be a strict policy concerning the college affairs. I don't believe it.
合ってます。
Gyuhook is not that kind of
りょ
character.
うくん
I'm surprised he used the word character. I guess the show got to me. Right, we've agreed on the rules of the show after all. It is absolutely foul play if Gyuhook received the scholarship on the excuse of financial hardship. There we go. Alrighty. Let's go. Oh, rapid unchanged. Okay, I'll take it. Ina raised her hand.
考えてみたんだけどあの T よしえとかいうやつなんだけどやっぱり中と関係があると思うの
Huh?
中というと
Ina pointed her finger at the floor.
ここ
何おかしなこと言ってんだ。
もう少し詳しく話してくれ。
だからね
It's a rap pod like an airport. Rap port? Rapport? Rapport? Rapport?
ユーマだってこと
バレたか。とでも言うと思ったか。
Rap.
俺も今こいつのせいで困ってんだぞ。
クニカちゃんびっくりしたじゃないですか本当だと思って
Report but with an A. Yeah.
お前
いつまで国家様の肩持ってんだよ。
だから番組の関係者じゃないかってことよ。
And why would he be spreading all of that bullshit about
今
himself?
僕たちに重要なのは T よしえじゃない。
ケイちゃん簡単に言い過ぎ。まあそれもそうか。お金持ちがタダでお金もらっても大したことじゃないもんね。
Inha? Looking bewildered, Gyuhook looked at Doyoung.
黙ってる相葉さんはどう思ってるのかな。
Would you stop kissing Ina? I thought you'd miss He wishes he would be kissing Inha. So, as Songyun, an anonymous account impersonating producer Songyun Shin. The commotion the account has been creating is making everyone wary of one another. If this was the intention of Songyun, it seems like the efforts have been successful. Doyoung thought about what Songyun had been posting.
T よしえの投稿。ただ当てずっぽうで言うには引っかかるところがあるんだ。それは
Yeah, they're a little too specific to be random guesses. Which of the anonymous users' allegations was not previously public information? Her working at a cafe and the thing about him receiving a scholarship.
圭介さんの奨学金のことだ。彼の大学時代のことは番組で詳しく扱ったこと
You
は
don't
ない
know what ship I'm pushing.
私たちも喋ったで初めて見たから。
I'm waiting for a very specific scene
本当に何かもらったのは確か
to show up. I don't remember where it was though for a ship that I am pushing.
詳しいことは言えないけど奨学金はもらったよ。
T よしえのやつどうやって分かったのかな。
大学の関係者とか。
他の出演者のことまで話してるじゃない。
そうです。大学の関係者は可能性が低い。レイナさんが休んでる間、バリスタのバイトをしたことは明かされていない話だと知っている。
その通りよ。気づかれるのが嫌で偽名まで使ってたのに。ベリスタでも見せたこと
So
ないしね。
interesting to me that she changed like her entire name to
パニ
work
ック
there.
障害なのに
Like
人と顔を合わせるよう
Juyong
な
is
仕事を
not
して
that
コ
uncommon
ー
a
ヒーま
name,
で
I
楽しんだっ
think.
てことも出たな。
Like she could have just been someone named Juyong. That does not have to be like her at all.
ユーマ、その辺にしときなよ。
休んでる間にどんな仕事をしてたか適当に予測することはできる。でも正確にバリスタって言ったんだ。そこがどうもおかしい。T よしえはどこにも出ていなかった話を持ち出した。ケイスケさんの奨学金の話、そしてレイナさんのバリスタのバイト。
ほらね、やっぱおかしいでしょ。
今のところ確かなことは一つしかない。少なくとも T よしえが投稿している話のすべてが
Special keyword. Before as Sungyoung's post, Gyuhook's scholarship and Jooyoung's part-time job hadn't been widely known. Still looked irritated.
またスタッフ説で行くんですか。スタッフが全員救出されたかどうかもわからない時ですよ。今あんなことしているくらい暇な人なんていませんよ。
ほう。俺らの清水 AD がまた同じスタッフの肩を持ちますね。友達でも作っておいて肩を持つなら俺も悲しくならずに済んだのに。どうしよう。俺涙が出そう。
たった今救助されて救急車に運ばれて行ってるはずだ。喋ったなんかできるもんか。ちょっとは考えろよ。
Can you guys stop screaming at each other?
それとも脱落者という可能性は。
ベリスタの脱落者のことか。
ちょっとぐらいは裏事情を知っているかもしれないじゃない。
落ちた後にそんな情報を入手するのは難しいと思うぞ。
脱落者がこんなことして何の得が。自分がダメなら引きずり下ろすのが人間ってもんでしょ。それとも
With her head lowered, Ina raised her eyes and stared at the rest of the group.
ここ 私たちのうちの一人はどう？
Honestly, this is one of the dumbest moves you could make. Like, you're stuck here for however long. You're scared for your life. I understand that you might have suspicions about the other people here, but actually bringing those up is just going to make you yourself look even more suspicious in the first place.
個人的に突き止めた
And it
話
also
を流
just
して
serves to
脱落させようとしてる
make
の。
everyone even more uncomfortable. Like, you're just making it worse. You already have a dead body there that I am certainly not, like, I do not believe that that was a natural death.
アカウントが違
So,
うでしょ？ T よしえなのよ。別のアカウント使ってるのよ。
it's
サブアカウン
making a
ト
bad situation worse. Yeah. Also, none of us can use another account because literally the stupid fucking watchers do not give us the ability to do that. Which in turn would mean that the only person who would be able to do this would be Sale if he had his phone.
スマートウォッチで何やってるかお互いに確かめたことないでしょ？
And we've been together the entire time. At that very moment, something flashed through Doyon's mind. Unlike what Ina said, it was actually impossible for contestants to use another account.
クリカ待って。出演者がサブアカウントを使うのは不可能だよ。
The watch. It's
出演
literally
者が持っているの
impossible.
はスマートウォッチ一つだけだ。
だから何が言いたいの？
いやー、ごもっとも。推理するなら確かな根拠がなきゃね。星野邦香さん。
Wow, the full name. Ina just stood there lost for words.
りょうくんの言う通りよ。スマートウォッチでは公式アカウントしか使えないわ。
番組からもらったスマートウォッチだけど、公式アカウントに連動してるだろ。
僕たちの中に T よしえがいるのは不可能ってことだ。
One official Fate account is bound to the watch of each contestant, so another account cannot be used. Ina took a step back and bit her lip.
さっきまでの勢いはどうしたんだ？複数使えるなら俺がとっくにやってたよ。
分かった。認める。でも他に危機がないと保証できるの？
Ina, why are you doing this? Now you're just implicating one singular person. And for what reason?
いいぜ。全部出してみりゃいいんだろ。
Houston confidently turned his jacket pockets inside out. It looked like an inspection of personal belongings was about to take place.
なおちゃん、なんか妙なものはないか確かめてみて。
はい、わかりました。
Ina, the inspection was over. All they had was their own watch.
ほらな、これでわかっただろ、邦香様。
分かったわ。
Kunika-sama?
皮肉言わないでくれる？
でも俺たち一人忘れてないか？清水直人 AD さん、ここにいるのに仲間外れにしたらかわいそうだろ
う。僕が何も
You have an entire messenger bag around you.
そりゃお前
On
の言い
you.
分だ。
Whatever. Houston whacked his finger.
メッセンジャーバッグ。そこに何が入ってるのか誰も興味ないのか。
Sale grabbed the bag.
手帳があるんだよ。いつも持ち歩いてるんだ。
手帳だけにしてはかなりの大きさだけど。
自分は抜けられたからって勝手なことばかり喋ってるなお前。
勝手なことなのかどうかは確かめてみたらわかるだろうよ。
Every time it starts off with like, oh, everyone needs to show what they have with them, show what's in their bags. It's like, this is going to not turn out well. This is going to end very badly. Houston came forward and Sale took a step back in
個人的
response.
なものなんだ。なんで出演者でもない僕にこんなことするんだ。
全員のためだ。協力してくれよ。何でも疑う邦香様も一言どうぞ。
クニカちゃん。
それは
Thank you for the editing.
さっきは考えすぎたあまり言いすぎたよ。嫌な思いしたでしょ。
And also the posture check.
は
I apologize if you were offended. It's also not the way you should go about apologizing. Hyesung turned back to facing her.
今なんて。
全部出せとか責め立ててごめんなさいって言ったのよ。他の危機とかありえない話なの。
What did you expect to happen to go peacefully? Right? Like, listen. Like, you start inspecting someone's things and it actually turns out that they have, I don't know, a murder weapon in there. What do you think will happen then? Oh, gee, looks like you're a murderer. Whatever shall we do now? Can we wait this out until we get rescued? Like, excuse me? Feeling outward, Hyesung scratched the back of his neck. Her woman herself like a knife, right? Right?
あまりにも珍しいことだからちょっと慣れねえな。
Hyesung suddenly raised his head and touched the watch.
そうだ。俺たち今こうやって向かい合って喋ってるだろう。
What?
でも喋ったに T ヨシエがまた投稿をアップしたとしたら、ここで揉めなくても外の人間の仕業だって結論が出るんじゃ。
Hyesung suddenly fell silent.
ユーマどうした？
Hyesung fleshed his teeth in anger. As previously announced, the real survival edition Buried Stars will continue. The cameras are all buried, so I'm gonna use Phaether. The contestant with the fewest votes will be eliminated. The loser will be killed. Only the top contestant will survive. From now on, do your self-promotion to go up in the rank. The judging standard is honesty. Confess your wrongdoings and make an apology to your fans.
ふざけたことを抜かすのもいい加減にしろよマジで。
Insinuation on what sort of movie about you as the murderer. Wait, wasn't there a book about that as well? It's like everyone else is the murderer except for one guy. His hands began to tremble.
勝手に言ってるんだ。気にする必要はない。
必要があるかどうかはさておいて、これは。
Next results will be announced in an hour. Hyesung can go up in the ranking. Please show us lots of love and support. You don't bother to vote.
プロデューサーの名前使ってデマ言いふらしてるじゃねえか。
Just when Doyen was about to intervene, Hyesung began to busily type something into his watch.
こいつと真っ向勝負するんだよ。
You really shouldn't. Who are you? Pretending to be the producer and talking bullshit? Knock it off. Ah, Hyesung, won't you show your respect to me? Are you revealing your true colors? People don't change. Are you scared of having no one on your side? I told you, confess to your sins and be honest if you still want to raise your rank. What is that, a Jubilee episode? 6 killers and 1 more? Oh. You intend to impersonate Sungyeon.
本当のことで黙ら
You
せて。
maybe don't let them get the facts straight. Who's this troll now? Sung is already dead. I saw it myself, so stop talking bullshit. There it is. Hyesung, you're a fucking dumbass.
あんた今何やってんのよ。シェアぐんぐん増えてるわ。
All the attention and shock of the world rang through my head.
空見ろ。何も答えられない。さては隠れたな。
The detective did not survive the discovery. Gee, I wonder why. Hyesung's voice was shaking.
もうなりすましなんかさせねえ。失せちまえ。
Motherfucker, you just announced to the whole world that you saw someone be dead, and you're still stuck down there. Sanity rapid status. Normal, fully trusted, fully trusted, fully trusted, fully trusted, and fully trusted.
そんなことして大丈夫なのか？
You really didn't.
じゃあこんなデタラメをずっとほっとけって。
でも
鼻っ柱を折ってやらないとやめないんだよ。
Playing only gives them more attention. Yep. I love the music. Infuriated as Sungyeon, who pretended to be Sungyeon, Hyesung posted a comment about Sungyeon's death. Anger has turned him blind.
シェア数もう1000超えてるよ。
As the numbers of shares grew, the number of responses began to increase as well. Who's this troll now? Big bomb exploded. What? Hyesung did something stupid. Producer's dead, really? Then what is that account posting comments? This is so wrong. You shouldn't tell a lie to attract attention, Hyesung. Are you out of your mind? Hyesung's careless exposure of Seungyeon's death was criticized by the survivors as well as many further users. Checking it. The official account doesn't know. Is it a lie? It's so out of the blue. Is it true that he revealed Seungyeon's death while fighting with a troll online? Hyesung's not a faith the newbie. How can he do that? The building came down. Rescue operations are still underway. It's not the time to blame Hyesung for what he said. Shame on you people. It can't be true. There was no news about that. Hyesung must have been mistaken. If Hyesung's claim is true, then what will happen, huh? Seungyeon Shin is really dead? Victims what? Is this for real? How long will it take to finish checking? Can you see what's happening now? Who is S. Seungyeon claiming that the producer is dead, and why is Hyesung acting up again? What's happening in there? Is anyone on duty? We're hearing from Hyesung the latest news on survivors and from an attention seeker news on Seungyeon's staff. What is the role of the official account manager then? Well, I mean, the official account is not really managed well either.
おいどうしてくれるんだよ。
何がだよ。どうせいつかは知られる話だろ。
検討して公式発表するのとお前が勝手に言い散らすのと同じか。公式アカウント叩かれてるの見えないのか。お前のせいなんだぞ。それがどうした。
そういうのをうまく解決するために金もらってんだろ。俺がやられてる時は黙っといてよ。大層は義理がたい子って。
June raised her hand to interrupt Sale.
死亡者のニュースが出てるわ。
Confirmed that person's identity at the accident site of Buried Stars. Seungyeon Shin. Right, the timing's so perfect. Buried Stars producer Seungyeon Shin found dead. There was an official announcement about Seungyeon's death. Thanks to Hyesung's spoiler, the situation had gotten all mixed up. Can we just clap it up for the rescue team and their efficiency? Oh yeah, listen, the rescue team is doing a great job. Leading our show, producer Seungyeon Shin has passed away from an accident. May she rest in peace. We feel deeply responsible for this incident. We will do our best to rescue the remaining survivors inside. We will cooperate with the authorities to find out the cause and prevent any damages from the interruption of broadcasting. Seungyeon's death was first disclosed by Hyesung, then covered by the media pretty soon. In addition, the Beastars official account also confirmed the death by offering condolences.
背中を押されて書くからだよ。
Sail throne.
請求すぎるよ。叩かれてニュースに出たから慌てて書いたらしいけど、メッセージの管理をしないと一回に一件ずつ。
The official account didn't know about her death. How do they just go out and confirm it like 2 minutes after, just because Hyesung posted it?
エリートのくせにまだわからないのか。
随分とお気楽だな。
もういい。放送中止による被害が及ばないようにするってどういう意味だと思う。救助されたらどうにかして続ける余地があるってことだよ。
Are you still thinking about the votes and what place you're in?
マジで本当すごいね。
デリスタが放送中止になったら俺たちも終わりだろ。
Oh
チャンスだ
god.
ぜ。
チャンスとかなんとか言ってる場合なの？
笑わせるな。
じゃあ泣けってか。公式アカウントの公式的な意見だぜ。とにかく上から指示されて書いたものなんだよ。
そんなことしたら得票数が変わるとでも思ってたか。さっきふざけた時と全く同じ結果が出るに決まってる。
へえ。俺の味方って一人もいないんだな。
Yeah, well, you're being a fucking
プロデュ
moron.
ーサーがいないからっていい気になってんじゃねえか。ステージがあなたからって態度までめちゃくちゃになったのか。新任の総括プロデューサーでいらっしゃいますか。出演者としてご挨拶いたしましょうか。
Guy one, have you seen a boss? Nope, not really. Well, guess she's dead.
そんな言い方ないじゃない。一体何をどうしたいの？
Hyesung put on a crooked smile and looked at Doyoon.
みんな分かってるくせによ。あんたは俺の状況を分かってくれるんだろう。
Well, This is a choice where we can go between route A and route B, except that since this is our first run, there is no way for us to actually finish route B, even if we wanted to go there. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to go route A. We cannot understand him.
どんな理由でもこんな騒ぎを起こすのはダメだ。
俺たち5位と4位なんだぞ。
No.
お互いあんたも最下位のやつが焦ってるって思ってんのか。
Yes.
あの T よしえとかいうやつが最下位は死ぬって言ったからビビって騒いでるようにしか見えないんだろ。
Yes. Houston put his hand around his watch and took a step back. Beads of sweat rolled down his pale face.
そうか。
Houston glanced toward the bag and put on a crooked smile.
俺のこと頭がおかしいと思ってるだろ。シャベターやってることを責めてプロデューサーになりすましたヤバいやつが俺だと疑ってさ、そいつを黙らせたらまた俺を責めてさ。俺がそんな弱そうに見えんのか。最下位だからってバカにしてんのか。ヘラヘラ笑ってるからって何も考
A little
えてないとで
silly.
も。
He's just a little silly guy.
ユーマ、落ち着いて話を聞くんだ。
来るな。俺これから単独行動を取るからな。これから俺がどうするか全部話してやる。俺はベリスタ続けるんだし、何をどう言われても構わない。
ベリスタは潰れたんだぞ。まだここがステージに見えるのか。
ベリスタは続くと言ってた。それなら
Mm.
優勝すりゃいいってことだろ。シャベッターだ人気投票だ。俺はそんなの全く必要ない。切り札があるから。
Do you? Houston continued slowly moving
あんた
backwards.
ね、執着するのはもうやめ。
お前らついてくるなよ。俺の話
He's just doing a little bit of trolling, guys.
He's just being a little silly little guy.
Asina hesitated. Houston turned and headed down the central corridor.
一人は危険だ。
Kyuk's shout echoed around the ruins. The rest of the group looked at one another nervously.
このままだと
放っておきましょう。
さっき廊下がどうなってるか見ただろ。下手したら
Someone with aces doesn't announce they have
そ
aces.
のうち自
Yep.
分で戻ってきますよ。構ったらもっと騒ぐに決まってます。
彼の言う通りよ。私たちステージの裏が危険そうに見えたから戻ってき。
もう少し待ちましょう。一人で歯を食いしばって突っかかってきても何も変わらないのにな。何も知らないくせに。
Houston spread from the group after having conflicts with the other survivors.
今はそっとしておきましょう。どんなことを言っても無駄でしょうから。
りょうくん、で、
ずっと放っておくわけじゃないですよ。ずいぶん興奮してますから。少しの間だけ。
You wanna Pikachu? No, okay. The others nodded, looking at one another.
Pikachu.
さっきの見た。
Vega Vega.
正気じゃなかったよ。
あれ以上噛みついてきて
Pikachu.
我慢できなかったでしょう。
You, Beanstalk, what would you have done? Still pretended to be calm, but his voice was shaking.
本当に大丈夫なのかな。
長く放置することはできない。いざとなったら駆けつけないと。行くとしたら控え室かトイレぐらいだろうな。
頭を冷やしていたらいいけど。
Kyuk let out a brief sigh, looking at the door.
スマートウォッチ持っている人はメッセンジャーとシャベッターの確認をお願いします。ユーマがアップした投稿はありませんか。
Just then, Doyen felt the buzz of a notification on his wrist. Yo, Doyen.
ゆうまくんなの？
はい。メッセージが届きました。
噂をすれば影ですね。
You okay? Where are you? I gotta talk to you. Just the two of us, okay? Dressing room, come alone and meet me.
なんて言ってた。
俺と二人きりで話したいって。
何を企んでるのか。
切り札があるとか言ってたけど、
つまらないことで精神的な勝利を収めたつもりでしょうけどね。
行くわよね。
ええ、ここで休んでてください。
レーナさんは私に任せて。でもなんで一人だけ呼ぶわけ？
Because we're the one person he feels kind of connected to.
メッセンジャーで全部話すか電話をするか。
気にすることはない。きっと大丈夫だよ。
もし興奮して暴れて事故でも起きたら。
一人でとは言ってるけど
This is like in a whole just straight up murder.
まださっきのような状態だったら
大丈夫。行ってくるよ。
Jung, who was leaning against Ina, raised her head.
今頃は落ち着いたかもしれないわ。なんとか説得する方向でお願いね。
ユーマ、俺の言うことはある程度聞くから、言われた通りに言って話してみます。
どんな状況か
Ace in a hole becomes X in the skull.
ああ、心配するな。
Can't be last place if everyone else is dead. 2 plus 2, quick maths, Sunso. Why did I say that in German?
ユーマ、
Do you intend the dressing room door? No, but the door did not open.
鍵がかかってる。俺だ。言われた通りに来たぞ。
After a short pause, Heesung's voice came from the other side of the door.
ああ、お前に言われた通りにな。
Plot twist, the dressing room collapsed on him. The door opened slightly and Heesung stuck his head out.
入れ。
There's no other places and first place is last place. That's very true. There's an autosave checkpoint. Do instead, but I don't trust the auto. I think the autosaves are only there for like the same playthrough. Like if I end the game right now without a big save, I'm not going to have it saved. So we have to continue. Do instead adhesive blankly.
俺の話聞いて
I
んの？
was hoping to end this.
辞退しろってんだよ。
Huh? Thank you for the hydrate time. Good evening, Dooms. Houston called Aduyan to force him to resign. He probably did the same to the other contestants.
俺だけ呼び出して。
これしかないだろう。
Hyesung licked his parched lips.
公式アカウント見ただろう。
Why did you say we have to continue in an emotional damage tone of voice? We have to
Emotional damage.
I was hoping we actually get a break to actually take, you know, make a save and end, but I guess not. Guess I'm going completely fucking overtime. You
救助された後もベリスタが続くなら
have
俺は
to
残らないとダメ
continue.
だ。
Can you say something? I don't know, can you?
俺は脱落する。
You laugh, I can hear sounds. Aww.
だからビオさん、
Thank
辞退してく
you.
れ。な、
Can I go to the bathroom? I don't know, can you?
シャベターを使ってもいいし、
I hate it when
ナオト
teachers
に電
did
話をさ
that.
せてもいい。理由なんか何でもいいから。そうだ、あいつのせいにしろよ。シャベターに熱中してる。
Why are you
ティー
so
をして
insistent on winning this
あいつに
thing,
振り回され
Boro?
たくないから辞退するって言ったらいいじゃん。タイムライン見てみろよ。
If what Hyesung said is true, the people trapped in there might have seen Sung Shin dead in the murder. That's so creepy. What is the official count doing? The contestants are being blackmailed in real time. Go catch the lunatic or protect remaining survivors. Need to check whether what S. Sung Young is saying is true or not, but either way, they need to shut up. Gotta reconsider S. Sung Young. Holy crap, the focus on the forced elimination of the loser is true. You can, but if I don't ask you, we'll be mad,
再
teacher.
開しないって言ってただろ。今めちゃくちゃだぜ。
An anonymous user S. Sung Young claimed the contestant in last place would die at 2 a.m. It sounded like a murder threat.
誰か一人辞退したところで気にするやつなんか誰もいねえよ。
The troll can get a little murder as a treat. Seeing that Doyen was lost for words, Hyesung's expression began to change.
りょうさんはベリスタの順位にはこだわってないんじゃなかったのか。そんなイメージで振る舞ってただけか。ならこっちにも考えがある。
どんなか
暴露するからな。
What secret?
あんたが本当に裏切り者だってことをな。
What are you talking
一体
about?
何を言ってるんだ。
Nah!
ようやく俺の言うことを真剣に聞く気になったか。
Doyen felt like feigning but tried to regain his focus.
すぐそうやって落ち込む。俺も知ってるよ。あんた
Bro!
はそんな人じゃないってこと。
Bro?
じゃあさっきなんであんなこと言ったんだ。こういう風に一人で行くのもなんだ。
Since when am I your bro?
優しく出たらすぐ噛みついてきやがる。
ユーマ、ステージに戻ろう。
ダメだ。蹴りをつけて出ていく。
喧嘩でもするつもりか。
とんでもないぜ。俺の方がやられるに決まってる。りょうさんを先に呼んだのは。
Since when am I your bro?
そう
Bro.
か。
面と向かったらやっぱ難しいな。
切り札がどうとかあれもブラフだ。
違うよ。本当にあるからな。
Okay,
切り札
tell me.
嘘じゃねえぞ。あんたに使うものはないけど、そこまで言うのは卑怯だって思ったんだよ。もうブラフはやめて、交渉できそうなやつ呼んで勝負つけてやる。
Okay. Hyesung looked to the side and smacked his lips. Hyesung just confessed that he had no secret weapon to use against Doyoung. He was acting as if he had something to disclose than everyone else. Was he going to call the contestants one at a time and ask each of them to drop out? What was he really up to? What did he mean when he said he had an ace in the hole?
ユーマ、ちょっといいか。
What the? What did you clip? Doyoung decided to talk with Hyesung calmly while not provoking him. Ooh, a checkpoint! Communication started? Haha! Ha! Finally! I don't know, can you? Ah! Bro, I think just reminded me of a code. You're not my friend, my friend. You're my brother, my friend. What? But yeah, no, I'm so sorry, but that has to wait until next time. I'm sorry, my man, but you have to wait until next time because you are making me go into overtime. You're making me go into overtime. How much do we have here? Oh my god. Oh. Memories of condemnation. Holy shit, that is so much. There is so much stuff to unlock here. So many things, so many. Ah. Ah. I want to be a side character that appears once every century so something that doesn't make sense. Alright. Alright. So. You would say some would just be done as background detail. You would be one of those side characters that get a 3D, like a really low quality 3D model that walks across the screen in the background at some points just so they can fill the page with something. Y'all are in the anime. Oh, come on, you guys. Don't think such negative things. Come on. Come on. But yeah, that is it. That is it for Buried Stars tonight. We're going to continue this game next week. We're going to confront Hyesung, see what he has to say next time. At least he survived the game because he wouldn't be put enough to kill. Okay, side characters are generally more happy than protagonists, right? The stuff, like the big stuff, just doesn't happen to them. They can just live their life normally. But yeah, that's the end for the game tonight. We're going to continue this next week. It's the same plan as the past few weeks. This game on Wednesday, on Sunday. Probably finishing up Meruru. I'm hoping I can finish up Meruru. I want to finish up Meruru real badly. I'll post the schedule in a bit. And more Ghostwire. Thank you for stream. Hope everyone has a fantastic night.
No, thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you for a nice stream. No, thank you. Thank you.
Let me set up a rate.
Thanks for stream. Bye bye. Bye bye bye.
Here is the rate message. It's been really fun to have a good night. You too. Have a good night.
Have a good night, everyone. I'll see you all next week. Good night.
Have a good rest of a Sunday, whatever time it is.
Good night. And bye bye.